everyone doing? Hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Cass, for sending the 30 jewels as a little flower. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, today's the day. I started doing my makeup and I was like, oh, I'll like do some lash clusters really quick because I did them the other night and I was able to do them really quick and like, no, everything went wrong. Seemed like there's like a brand of lash clusters I really like, but they get stuck to the tape and it like rips the clusters apart, but they like sit on my eyes more comfortably. So I had to use the other brand, which removes from the tape, but they're like kind of itchy. And I kept like closing my eyes and it was itchy. And I'm like, okay, I need to like redo them. So I had to redo them over and over. And honestly, I just gave up. I gave up. My eyes are whatever. They are what they are. I give up. I'm going to bed a minute and drop in. Yeah, no worries, Cass. All right. But welcome. I'm sure like Kenny is still doing a stream, whatever, but I'm trying to do my streams on Friday. We'll see how it goes. But I could switch to Thursdays as well. So we'll see. I'm seeing like good analytics on kind of both days, and I guess it kind of depends. So hey Douglas, how's it going? But yeah, how is everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend going so far? Hey, the troll's here. Hey, Dust. Yeah, Dust the evil troll. Oh my god, coming out from under the bridge. Yep, that's about right. So, oh my god, my hair. Too much hair today. I can't. Oh my god, with the hair. I can't even deal. I can't deal with this hair. Hold on. Let me deal with this. I have too much hair. Oh, there's the other clip. I was trying to find this one because I need a bigger clip. But I hope everyone's doing good. Hold on, I got a twisty. I got a twist. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Okay, hold on. Let's see if this one will stay. At least for now. I'm just hot because like my lashes were like giving me anxiety. Look at my hair. I was getting anxiety from the stupid lashes. Slam with allergies. Yeah, my allergies actually kind of started up like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh man, it's been not too bad of a summer. And the past like few days, I'm like, oh man, my like nose is all like, I think it's ragweed season, and it's been like nicer lately. So people are cutting the grass a lot. So grass I'm really allergic to. So a lot of pain, slut funny. Now I can't move my shoulder. Oh no, I hate those times. Grr, don't feed the trolls. Yeah. Thank you, Sadra, for gifting a membership. I appreciate it. Cat tissues at the ready. Oh, right. Antihistamines. Right. Sorry. My brain is broke. But how's everyone doing? Let me find my headphones. Right? Because we're gonna listen to stuff. So I hope everyone's good. Okay, so like I know like we've been talking about a bunch of the witch stuff, and I don't mind talking about it because like I am pretty knowledgeable in it, right? But like I think that we should also mix it up a little bit with the stream. So I was thinking about even kind of doing a stream, maybe next stream, do like I was thinking about like just kind of looking at what's her name? Elizabeth Moss. I believe it is Elizabeth. It's Moss, but I believe it's Elizabeth. Hey, sir, real one. I was thinking about maybe we could like look at her stuff and look at some feedback from people. Hey, Scartwright Douglas, thank you for the super chat, $5. Thank you. I was thinking maybe we could sort of cover her because she stars in a show where that's about a cult, right? And she's in a cult. She's a Scientologist. She was born into it though, you know? And I just think it's kind of ironic that she's the star of the Handmaid's Tale. So I was thinking maybe, because I mean, I could make a video on it, but like, I don't know. A lot of people have talked about it a bunch. I just thought maybe we could have a discussion live about something like that. What do you guys think about doing sort of a cult? We could like do cult discussions sometimes live. Because like ones that like, I don't know. I don't really think like I can add anything to it in a standalone video, but we could sort of review it like live or whatever, just to kind of discuss it. I find it very interesting that Margaret Atwood is like doing photo shoots and stuff with her, and like everyone knows that Elizabeth is in a cult. So like Margaret Atwood, she's Canadian. She's not Scientologist, as far as I know. So I just find it strange that she would like not take issue with that. But I guess like if Elizabeth Moss already cast, I don't know. But hold on, sorry. Okay. So I guess like maybe I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could explore that a little bit. A live discussion would be cool. Yeah. Because also I was thinking that we could also talk about so there's the book talk thing, although I was debating doing a video on that, and if Zombies in here shows what I'm talking about. Book talk is taken a dark turn, and they have like very sick people writing books, and they're also writing books and fantasizing about murderers. And it's kind of like taking a turn of like, girls, take a breath. Like, come on, what are you doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know? So I was thinking about maybe doing a video on that. I kind of think I would do a video on that. But it would be cool to do a live discussion. Maybe I could do a video and then we could do a live discussion on it after, because I do think that that is an interesting discussion. Although I know book talk, they'll come for you. Like I know they come for you when you talk badly about them. But like, come on, you know, like it's getting kind of gross over there. Yeah, it's getting real toxic, real bad. Yeah. Maybe it's contractual that Margaret Atwood has to do those photo shoots. I'm assuming like maybe she doesn't really know, or she didn't know that Margaret Atwood was being cast, or that Margaret Atwood, Elizabeth Moss was being cast, or that Elizabeth Moss was in, sorry, my sinuses are going to start acting up because I am dealing with allergies. So maybe she didn't know. I don't know. So yeah, you like the idea? Okay, yeah, because I was kind of thinking we could kind of mix it up a little bit. I like talking about witches and stuff. I just don't want the live streams to only be about witches. I want people to think that we only discuss witches. So I was thinking we could kind of, you know, one on, one off kind of week, right? Just when I was making the thumbnail for this, my brain was like fried, and I'm like, I don't know what to stream about this week. And then I was editing the Gaia video. And in the video, I'm like, hey, can we talk? What do you guys think about talking about Elizabeth Moss during stream? And I'm like, oh, that's the idea I had. I couldn't I remember I had an idea, but I could not remember what the freaking idea was. But I already made the thumbnail. So I was like, whatever. So, as we all know, God, what's her name? The witch that we like. Oh, geez, what's her name again? I am like so bad with names. Like I honestly forget people's names constantly. What's the name of the witch that we watched a few times? We watched her last time. Somebody remind me. Name. I'm so bad with names. Name. God, where is she? I watch too much YouTube, clearly. What the frick? My history. Oh, there it is. Kellyanne Maddox. Okay. Kellyanne Maddox. All right. So Kelly has great ex-witch whatever videos. She does really good ones. I did pick out some TikToks that I thought that we could look at as well. And I mean, we could look at her videos too, but I thought maybe we could try looking at some TikToks that I picked out and sort of discuss it a little bit. Because I think that I was coming like to a lot of the same points that Kelly was coming to as well. So maybe we could do a little bit of both. So I did pick out a couple things, and then we can kind of see from there. Actually, here, we could pick out here. Let me bring up the a window here. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. So yeah, my outfit is not very elaborate today because I ran out of time because these stupid eyelashes. I swear to God. All right. So let's see. I think we watched, no, okay, yeah, we watched that one together, right? We watched that. Let's see. Chris Next Witches Lie About Us. I did watch this one already. This one was pretty good because she kind of covered like a well-known one. So I thought that one was pretty good. But there is one that she covered that like clearly these people are fake. You know what I mean? Like it's like these are not real witches. So yeah, and then she's got that one there. I would watch like a bunch of them. So we could watch one of those ones. I know I've watched more, but sometimes I'm logged into my other account. So yeah, there's a good one there too. Okay. So I was thinking we could just pick out one of these to watch after, but maybe we could start with some TikToks because I did save some TikToks. All right. So, Kellyanne, yeah, Rumpelstiltskin, yeah. I'm taking love. I currently have 3 packs, double coated Tim Tams. What is a Tim Tam? I have no idea what that is. A Tim Tam. What is this? Is it like an Nanaimo bar or something? Although I think that's a Canadian thing. Malted biscuit separated by a light hard chocolate cream filling. Okay, it's not an Nanaimo bar, but so it's a cookie, essentially. It looks really sweet. I don't know about that. Chocolate covered biscuit or cookie. Okay, gotcha. All right. So, sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated today because I'm just like, these stupid fucking eyelashes, I swear to God. All right, so you guys can see all the crap that I'm saving. Oh yeah, the Gaza thing, gay program, okay. Fake Canadians and Confessions of an Ex-Witch. Oh yeah, this one was kind of weird. I felt like this was a little bit weird. So, oh, hold on. I gotta turn. Yes, I know, Alexa, you are playing from over there. I gotta turn this on. Hold on. Okay. Okay, we have that one. Oh, right. I want to do the clock it thing. Actually, that was stupid. I want to do that one. It was stupid funny. Okay. First, so I wanted to look at. Hold on briefly. I saw this Amie video pop up. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Are you like working? What is happening? Oh, it didn't connect. Oh, wait, it's connected to my phone. Hold on. Yeah, okay. That might be my problem. There's the problem. Okay. My phone ones that I always use. Come on. My phone ones that I always use for headphones or whatever have like the one side died and I can't freaking charge it. Okay, where is this thing? Oh, there we go. I see it. Okay, annoying. Very annoying. Okay. Oh, right. I got to turn this up too. So let's do that.
She isn't. And I am so sick of her. And if you watch my videos, I am kind, I am nice, and I'm a good person. But she's bringing out the Scorpio in me.
Hold on. Can I start this over?
I've had it. I can't take it anymore. My name's Laura Lynn. I'm a professional psychic medium. She isn't. And I am so sick of her. And if you watch my videos, I am kind, I am nice, and I'm a good person. But she's bringing out the Scorpio in me. And I'm going to sting her ass right now. Are you ready for this? An hour ago, during my sessions, I spoke to a 4-year-old little boy spirit whose dad took him fishing on Lake Michigan. lowered him in the water to see the fish, and then drove the boat away as his son screamed, "Daddy, help," and disappeared in the waves. It was all caught on the camera, and his mom wanted to talk to her only baby, her miracle baby. Love you, little Jericho. As this woman is shoving ribs in her silicone-filled mouth, giving a message about a little boy who passed. I'm sorry. I'm getting hyped up. This is bullshit, and there's more. Let me tell you how I found this girl in the first place. I was watching her do a live reading on somebody, and this woman comes into the room, and she's talking to her live, and she goes, "Guess what? You gave me a reading last year, and you said that I was going to die in March because I wanted to know when I was going to die because I just want to be with my husband." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, honey, I remember." She goes, "I had a stroke in February." And this girl's going, "Oh, you're so close. You're going to be joining him soon. Don't worry, honey. He's waiting for you." Oh, really? You're God now? Telling people when they're going to die? You gave a woman a stroke because all she could think about from that moment until March, from that reading until March, all she could think about was that she was going to die? And you gave her a stroke? There's a thing called ethics and morals when you're a medium. I've studied metaphysics my entire life, and the last 10 years, I've worked my ass off to get my doctorate in metaphysical and
Like, of course, I don't really believe in the mediumship stuff and everything, but there is a certain set of ethics that psychics do try to live by. We all learn about it, and psychics like Amie and others just seem to be totally unethical. It's insane. This person actually has a doctorate in metaphysics, which is interesting, and religious philosophy. So she does speak with knowledge behind her as well. So I'm not saying that I promote anything she's doing. I just agree with everything she's saying about unethical mediumship, because I have a video that is coming out soon, the big psychic one I'm working on, and it's sort of about this ethics and mediumship is a part of it. So
religious philosophy. I've been a practicing professional medium for 13 years. I've read hundreds of thousands of souls. Never once did I stuff my face with ribs and post my reading up in the corner. Never once have I ever told somebody they're going to die, get in a car accident, get cancer. You know why? Because I'm trained, and I'm a good medium, and I have professionalism. All the things that she doesn't. She is a terrible, terrible example for the metaphysical community. People like her don't deserve their platform. There are so many other fantastic trained mediums on this platform, on other platforms, that deserve it. She went on another live or had a video out too that I saw one time, and she was like, "Oh guys, don't worry, I heard about so-and-so," some celebrity that passed away. She's like, "I've reached out to the family, don't worry, I'll take care of it." Mm-hmm. Really? Who the
yeah, she does that a lot too. It's really cringe that she reaches out to families and does all that. She tries to jump on whatever trends on the news, and it's kind of crazy. It's it's always the ones that are unethical and the ones that are always doing weird grifty stuff that's pretty obvious. They always end up becoming the ones that get all the money, get all the fame and everything. It's just sad because it tells you about society, I think, a little bit. If people would rather go see a grifter who has no ethics or morals over someone who, and I'm not saying that this person is a psychic medium, but she probably believes that she is, right? At least she's doing stuff ethically, right? It's just, I don't know. I don't understand human nature, why they always choose, why do we always choose the person that's lying to us? Why is that always a thing? I feel like people are not good at discerning things sometimes,
taught you that you're supposed to reach out to people when someone passes away and offer your services? That's the number one no. You don't do that. Look at my videos. Look at my history. Number one thing I say, I don't reach out to you. I'm never going to reach out to you and offer you a reading. Your energy has to be open, ready to heal, to grieve, to receive the messages, and you come find us. That's how it works. You know why? Again, we have ethics. We have morals. Something she has none of. And so, my TikTok community, unfollow, block, report, whatever you need to do. You want to keep following her lame ass? Keep following her lame ass. But I'm going to tell you right now, all that money that she overcharges in her readings and sells her little funky candles during her live readings, she shoves it into her face and she shoves it up your ass. Because it is all bullshit, hot air, and piss and vinegar, as my grandma would say. So, I think that's about all I have to say.
Yeah, I agree with her. Yeah, Sloan, Bella, and Char. Yeah, I have Sloan on my list. There's a lot of issues with Sloan, and I have to cover it and handle it in a certain way because she really is taking advantage of the Black community. And I really want like another Black creator to work with me on the video to kind of discuss it. But I kind of like, I need to do a bunch more homework on it, or I need to like grab a bunch more stuff so that if I invite a creator to come do this with me, that we're not just like I want to give the creator something to like look at and give their opinion and stuff on, because there definitely is something going on with Sloan where she's trying to take advantage of the Black community. Like it is a thing. It's difficult to find the videos on this. There are Black people that have spoken out about this, but their videos get suppressed in the algorithm on YouTube. I don't know if it's maybe because like Black people use that, the bad word, the N word, they use it a lot when they're talking to each other. I don't know if maybe that's suppressing their video. But it took me a bit of digging and I did find a few. And I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, no, like they were sort of showing and explaining how she's taking advantage of the marginalized like communities. And I was just like, yeah, she kind of is. So Sloan is going to be it's going to be a messy one. And there's a lot of people will be mad when I call her out. Like I will be attacked for it. For sure. I already get attacked for it for me saying in a few of my videos, I've said, oh yeah, Sloan's a POS too. And I'll cover her at some point. People come at me in the comments for just saying that. When I do a whole video on Sloan, I'm going to be like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be like, Bashar, but like worse. Okay, so I'm probably going to add this to my psychic video that I'm working on as well. So, for God's sake. Okay, which one is this?
5 years ago, I performed.
Hold on. I want to find the Clocket one. Because the Clocket one's so ridiculous. Hold on.
Listen up, all who have.
Coming out of witchcraft.
Okay, let me find the Clocket one. The Clocket one made me laugh.
I have so many people that come to me and they...
Oh yeah, and I don't know if any of this music... Okay, this is it. Okay, I don't know if any of this music is copyrighted, so I have no idea what might happen with that. So here, I wonder if I can just sort of cover the... Can I just cover this? I wish that there was a better desktop option for TikTok. There really isn't. There's like no full screen or anything either, is there? If I do this, what does this do?
Hand symbol is
Hold
actually used.
Can I share this? Hold on. I'm just curious. Hold on. Can I share this? Oh, I can, but I'd have to share each one. This might be less busy on the screen for us to just sort of look at it like this. Could do something like this. All right, me. And the window. And where's chat? Chat. Is chat on here? I haven't seen your guys' chat messages pop up. What the heck? Let's see if we can refresh it. Refresh. Aha! There we go. All right, we can kind of do that. I think that'll work. Let's do that and see how it goes. Worse than Bashar. Oh yeah, her fandom is like, they are rough. They are rough to deal with. Okay, well, never mind. It's very small on my screen, apparently. What's this? Okay, back to tab, transparency. Oh, okay, I can do this. Okay. Sorry. TikTok is like kind of buggy on the desktop, so hold on. I'm just trying to find like a good solution here. Okay, we can do that. That. And then I can do this. Ah. Let me do this. And here, I'll put the chat over here. There, we kind of like sort it a little bit differently. Okay. Sorry. My allergies are going to start getting worse. I find Slow creepy. She is creepy. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Natasha, welcome. Also, hi, KK. I saw her in there too somewhere. And hey, Eviltron, welcome as well. Your phone battery's dying, KK? No worries. Oh, right. I got to put on like live chat because then I won't see everything. Okay. All right. Okay, let's play this. Okay, so this is so dumb. Okay, you got, does everyone know what clock it is? Click it, clock it, clack it. It's so stupid. Does everyone know what that is? Like, I've always said clock it before this was a trend, but now it's the thing. You got to use your hand now. It's like a stupid thing, right? So does everyone know what this is? Before we get into it, I just want to make sure y'all know what it is. All right. Because this woman is going to say something totally incorrect. And I will explain its actual origin of it. I do, and it's so dumb. Yeah, it is dumb. Okay, let's listen to what this is a Christian ex-witch testimony about clock it. Okay, so essentially all you know what like clock it means. Like clock it is essentially saying like I caught it. Like I'm wise to what's going on, right? Like, oh, that guy kind of did this. Oh, he's up to something. Like, so you kind of clock it. Like you clock an issue with a person or you clock an issue with a situation. But now on TikTok and where, I don't know where the heck it started on social media, but I know the originator of this part is this clock it, click it, clock it. And it's use your fingers, clock it. I clocked it. And sometimes you don't even say it. You just use your fingers. Okay. The finger thing, there's an origin for that, and it's not witchcraft, but this lady's going to say it is. So we're going to see what she has to say. It's so dumb.
In witchcraft. I just watched this creator, and she is a Christian now, but she was a former witch, and she was saying that witches would speak curses into their hands and they would dart it at people. Which leads me to believe maybe that's why it's so trendy.
It's very low. Okay, you know what? We might have to give up and
I know
do
some
the
of y'all
original.
are gonna think it's not,
because the stupid volume button isn't working. I swear. TikTok needs like an option for the desktop. It would be awesome if they could do that. Maybe I can just expand it. Something like this, maybe? I don't know. Okay, we'll wing it. All right, we're gonna redo this clock it thing because I can't hear her.
so apparently clock.
Oh, she's turned up all the way. Okay, well, hold on. Oh wait, I can do this with opera. All right.
It or its T hand symbol is actually used in witchcraft. I just watched this creator, and she is a Christian now, but she was a former witch, and she was saying that witches would speak curses into their hands and they would dart it at people. Which leads me to believe maybe that's why it's so trendy. I know some of y'all are going to think it's not that deep, but as a Christian, I feel like you should think everything is that deep, okay? We have no idea what's embedded within culture, okay? And I'm just learning this now. I know somebody's going to be like, it's sign language for 8, or you used the wrong finger. Well, I'm just throwing it out there because I've been seeing people that do this. I've been seeing people that do this. I've been seeing people that do a whole bunch of things. So, I don't know. So apparently clock it.
Okay, so clock it, it's from the LGBTQ community. Specifically, it's very much from the drag queen community, okay? So it wasn't from witches. It was stolen from the drag community, LGBTQ community, and has taken on a life of its own, just like everything else gets stolen from them. So it is, here, we'll watch this.
You've heard the phrase and you've seen the hand signal, but do you know where clock it comes from? While the term has gained popularity over the last year thanks to social media and TV, it actually goes back decades. Born within ballroom culture in the mid to late 20th century, to clock someone meant to notice something they were trying to hide. In ballroom, reading and shade were part of the art form, and clocking someone was about perception, seeing it clearly, calling it out, and protecting yourself through humour and wit. With documentaries like Paris is Burning and shows like RuPaul's Drag Race, the language of ballroom found its way into mainstream pop culture. Today, clock it has evolved into something more playful. It can be assertive, funny, or even supportive depending on context and delivery, often paired with the now iconic finger tap. But like so many phrases that originated in queer spaces, it's important to remember where it came from. This language wasn't just slang, it was survival, creativity, and community. So the next time you say clock it, know that you're echoing a legacy, one born from the brilliance of our queer ancestors of colour. Clock that.
Clock it, clock it, clock it.
So, like, it was probably born out of gaydar. Like, you know, you're going to clock that this person is gay. Like, you're in a club, you're like, oh yeah, I clocked that. You know? So it was sort of born out of the LGBTQ community. It just sounds stupid, just like saying, wait for it. Well, I've been saying clock it forever, like my whole life. I'd be like, oh yeah, I clocked that about them. But it's a thing now. It's popular. So anyway, this one, like witches spitting into their hands. I think there's some like medieval lore about that, and cunning folk. Yeah, I mean, if there was some, I guess like hag witch or sort of a bog witch or something back then, which was still just a cunning folk. It was a medicine woman. If she was around and she put a curse on someone, because some of them would, some of the curses really, it would just be like spitting at people's feet, and people would take that as a curse. You didn't even have to be a cunning folk or a witch. People would just be like, witchcraft, you cursed me because you spit at my feet. Dumb crap like that. But it's not something that modern witches do. We don't spit into our hands and throw it at people. Silly. Just silly. Okay. So that's the clock it one. Let's see. There's the sage one. This one is weird. I don't know. Something weird about that woman. Okay. Right. So this one has commentary by, I believe that this woman here is a witch, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So we'll watch this one.
A demon summoning ritual for podcast downloads, and it ruined my life.
If you call upon a demon, do you risk ruining your life for 5 years? 10 years? The rest of your life? I've worked with the 72 demons of the Goetia since 2017, and I've taught over 500 people how to do demon magic. So I feel as though I am uniquely qualified to speak about this topic. And obviously, my experience has been the polar opposite to the sport creators, because instead of my life going to shit, my life has been glowing up year after year after year, and part of it is because I do demon magic. I've done hundreds of demon rituals since 2017, hundreds. So let's talk about some of the best demon magic practices that I've done, which I think has helped me have a really great experience with demon magic. Number one, I don't think that demons are real. I'm an atheist. If you look on my page, I have a playlist called Atheist Witch. You'll see that the way that I work with demons is that...
Right. This is why I saved this. Okay. So demons, like, yeah, they're not real.
2017.
It's psychological, right? But this woman actually gets into that, and most witches and stuff don't properly understand or explain. Like, there's not actual demons, right? Like, this is just a sort of... you're tricking your psyche, and it's psychology, right? So I thought actually she explained it really well. That's why I saved this video. So let's just listen to this. This isn't like a Christian X witch. I just found it fascinating. So
let's talk about some of the best demon magic practices that I've done, which I think has helped me have a really great experience with demon magic. Number one, I don't think that demons are real. I'm an atheist. If you look on my page, I have a playlist called Atheist Witch. You'll see that the way that I work with demons is that I think that they're actually psychological archetypes. Now, I've made some TikToks where I've talked about how people who also do demon magic but see demons as being real, they will fuck up the demon magic because they put too much of this like spooky importance on the demons. They make it like, oh my God, I'm doing a deal with the devil. Versus me, I'm like, well, I'm just making a deal with myself because there's psychological archetypes. There is no winning and losing my soul. There is no winning and losing period because it's a win-win. I'm dealing with myself. Number 2, when I'm doing demon magic rituals or when I'm doing any sort of ceremonial magic rituals, I am the center of the ritual. I am boss, okay? So I feel as though a lot of people, when they do ceremonial magic, they place themselves as being less than the archetype of the demon. Or if they think that the demon is real, then it's like, I'm just a puny human. You're the demon, you're the angel, you're the whatever, and you're so powerful. When I do magic rituals, I'm the fucking boss. I'm the fucking alpha. I'm the most powerful person in the room, the most powerful being in the room. You know why? Because these archetypes of the demons, they would not exist if it wasn't for me. They're my archetypes, so they are naturally going to be below me in the hierarchy. Number 3, I follow the ritual. The reason why ceremonial magic is so complicated and so choreographed is that the ritual is designed to basically put you in that mommy state of mind. Like, you are walking into the ritual being like, I'm the center of the fucking universe. There's so much riz dripping out of you, like if you follow the ritual, because it's designed that way. There's so much riz dripping out of you that you might as well have impregnated all the 72 demons. Even if you don't actually feel like a badass, even if outside the ritual you are the mousiest of mousy people, the ritual is supposed to build up this fucking daddy energy in you. But most people, they don't take the ritual seriously. They think it's just enough to call upon the demon. Wrong. The number 1 question that I get, both in my TikToks, but also in my classes, what demon should I work with? I want this to happen. So which demon? And I'm like, forget the demon. Fuck the demon, okay? The demon is not what's important. It's the petition that's important. It's the ritual that's important. And in fact, in my class, there's like, let me just show you. There are 15 video modules in this demon magic class, but do you know how many modules are dedicated to the actual demons themselves? 9 minutes. 9 minutes, this one video module. The rest of the video modules are dedicated to petition and the ritual, the fucking ritual. In fact, we do ritual 1, 2, 3 run-throughs because the ritual is everything. Number 4, if I'm gonna do any sort of magic, doesn't matter if it's demon magic, it doesn't matter if it's Hecatean magic, doesn't matter if it's angel magic. If I'm doing magic, I also invest a lot of time in making sure that I feel psychologically grounded. If these demons, if these entities are psychological archetypes inside of me, of course the magic is going to work best if I have a solid vessel for these archetypes to come out into. If you believe that demons and other entities are real, what we're talking about here is protection magic. People constantly ask me, should I do this ritual for protection magic? Should I work with this entity or whatever to give me protection? What they're seemingly asking is, how can I keep myself from going off the deep end or having other people's magic get into me? What that basically means is, how do I keep myself fucking grounded? So let me spill the beans on the most powerful protection magic of all time. It is having good nutrition, having good health, having a good social network, having a good family structure, and just overall leading a stress-free life and sleeping well. That's right. Protection magic, what it really comes down to is, how emotionally regulated are you? How physically healthy are you? How socially healthy are you? If your life is a hot mess, and this person that I stitched, their life was a really, really hot mess, when you work with these entities, it's almost as if you're trying to do traumatic psychological work without a safe space provided by a therapist.
All right, so I know her video is kind of long. We're like halfway through it. This is a very good video. Like, she explains this really well. So I do recommend checking out her stuff, because that's all that this stuff is. That's all that magic and everything is. It's just psychological. Like, we don't have to put this big, fancy, mystical mystery on everything. You know, it is working with ourselves and our mind and trying to tap into, at the very least, like I would say you could try to tap into like the energy of, you know, life itself around you to try to give you a bit of a boost. But really, it is all psychological. It is. Hey, small waffles, no worries. Humans are the real demons. Yeah, kind of, to be honest. So I thought that was actually really well explained. I do like this chick. So definitely go check out her stuff. Here, I'll put her link in the thing if you guys can't see it. Hold on. That's her TikTok. So she's pretty good. I like it. I'll follow her too. Okay. So now this one was interesting because I do think that this woman used to be a witch. Like a lot of these Christian ex-witches, I'm always like, they were never a witch. Like this person's lying. They've always been a Christian and they're making like, essentially a hit piece for the church. Right. But every once in a while we do get someone who is like a real witch. And I do believe that she was a real witch. Based on what she's talking about. So this video is also a bit long too, I believe, if I remember correctly. So let's see how long we go for on it.
29 years. And for the last year or so, I kept feeling this pull towards Christianity. One day I remember saying, if you are real, Jesus, please give me a sign that I am going to recognize. And that's when I saw it. But to understand why that moment changed everything, you need to understand where I came from. So I didn't grow up with faith. I was baptized as a Catholic, but truthfully, the only reason why they baptized me as Catholic was because they thought that I was going to get a better education. The truth is, my father came from a poor and very abusive household where he would tell me stories about how he was beaten with the Bible. So religion was trauma to him. He used to say to me, those religious fanatics, they're going to get a rude awakening when they die and they realize that they don't go anywhere. And frankly, I grew up being just as judgmental as my father. Sorry about that. When I was 15 or 16 years old, I went to Brazil to go visit family, and my aunt took me into my very first occult shop. She was obsessed with anything pyramids. And this
Thank you for the super chat, small waffles, $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean, I kind of grew up this way too, and I don't know that my mom didn't have religious trauma, but she always kind of did point me towards like, you can't really trust the Christians, which, like, to be honest, a lot of them, there are good ones, but there are a lot of bad ones, right? And I understand through history. So I get where she's coming from with that. But we'll see what else her story has here.
Piqued my curiosity. Then at 18 years old, I discovered tarot and witchcraft. And it felt powerful, like I found a way to make sense of things. Because like my father, I grew up being very anxious and very nervous. I joined covens, I bought wands, daggers, I even created my own book of shadows. And tarot became my obsession. I studied it like a science. But the deeper I went, the worse my anxiety got. I'd pull a spread, but then I'd need a clarifying card. And then I'd need another clarifying card. It became an addiction. I was always outsourcing my power to the cards. Hi, buddy. Come say hi. This is Bobo. And people might argue with me that, well, in Christianity, you're outsourcing your power to God. And you are, but you aren't. Christianity, you have a triunal God. You have God, you have Jesus, and then you have the Holy Spirit. So when my husband would say to me, have faith in yourself, it dawned on me what that actually meant. When you have faith in yourself, you're having faith in the Holy Spirit within you.
Okay, so like witchcraft has the same stuff. I don't know if you just didn't have a good teacher, but it's the same process. Like if you had someone who didn't know anything about Catholicism and didn't know anything about witchcraft, and if they watched us both perform rituals, you would be like, yeah, what's the difference? They're very much the same. Like the Christian religion is sort of based on pagan practices, and you are supposed to be having faith in yourself and tapping into your own energies and aligning your energies with the things around you. So yeah, like I just don't really agree with this. It's more just, I feel like you didn't have a good teacher, and I guess maybe the Bible and Christianity hit differently with you and made you, if it hit differently with her and if it gave her strength or something to believe in herself, great, be a Christian, right? She seems pretty fair. I didn't watch the very last end of it, so let's see if she gets evil at all. But just note that she's spreading a bit of misinformation here, because I feel like that's just, she didn't have a good teacher. Like I learned, well, I grew up in an esoteric order, like a cult esoteric order whole thing. So that was a little bit different. So I learned from them. They taught me some stuff. Then my mom would teach me stuff. And then I was doing a lot of solitary practitioner. And then when I tried to join some covens, I was like, these ladies are not good to be around. Like, I kind of recognize they're very toxic. So I just wonder if maybe she joined a coven first and didn't like learn. Like I really recommend that you learn and sort of become a solitary practitioner first, or if you have like one person that you practice with, that's pretty balanced, right? don't immediately just jump into a coven, because they will kind of poison your mind. They don't give you the correct information. And I could see them taking her down a bad path. So Catholic is camp, witchcraft is camp. Exactly, Joan. Yeah. Yeah. The same way of moving energy and using rituals. It's the same stuff. It's exactly the same. Just in witchcraft, we would call it like the energy inside of us, you know, our life force or something. We're tapping into the life force of the like nature around us and everything, kind of working with nature, whatever. But you are supposed to believe in yourself. So it's just, I feel like she just didn't have very good teachers as a witch, you know? Mr. Fright says Bible is camp, but he's making a joke about Bible camp. Oh, yes. Have you ever witnessed paranormal phenomena, physical miracles such as levitation? No, because that's not real. I have experienced residual hauntings. I do believe that they're just an image of the past kind of burned into an area, or an image of the past that you happen to see for a split second. I think that we're just witnessing the past, because time is not linear. Time does fold upon itself. So that's what I think. That's what I think the hauntings are, residual hauntings. So Lutheran baptism is very similar to some of my father's Reiki attunements. Yeah, it's very, all of this is very similar to one another. So it's like, I feel like it's a little disingenuous to put a black and white label on this stuff. Like, I just feel like she didn't have good teachers, right? I've noticed that some of the eclectic working groups seem to be more toxic. They are. Yeah, I honestly don't recommend a coven. No. If you work with if you worked with one or two friends, like if there's like three of you, that's pretty balanced, you know? But I recommend doing it on your own first, because you're going to be able to discover more about yourself. You're going to be able to push yourself more. You're going to be able to learn more if you're doing it on your own, right? I mean, you can, of course, you're going to research things and you can get advice from people online, but just like practice on your own. And then if you want to branch out and have a friend with you or something like that, and just make sure you're very well versed, because then when you join a coven, after you have all that knowledge and after you have all that training, you're going to realize there's problems with covens. Like, these women start up covens, in my experience, not everyone does. I think Joan is part of a sort of fun little group, but they do dancing and then they do witchy stuff. That's kind of fun. I like that. I like that idea. But all the covens that I've experienced, it was like, one woman wanted to be like, one of the women wanted to have a power trip. They wanted to have power over us all. They wanted to be like the head priestess and stuff. And they were making a big deal of everything. And I'm like, we don't need to have this like weird top-down approach to a coven. It doesn't really work like that. We should all be like kind of on the same level, right? Unless you're getting into the more esoteric stuff. And I mean, I guess there's like modern day druidic training and practices. If you look at that, then there's like high priestesses and things like that. Yeah, but it's like, I feel like the labels weren't really a thing back then so much, you know? There was like priestesses and priests, but there may be one in charge of a temple, like kind of like a manager of the building kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah, embodied movement. I love it. Yeah, like your class sounds fun. So Joan, essentially, she goes to like this class. They do different dancing. They do like yoga stuff, and then they do witchy stuff and like mix it in. And that's like super cool. I wish I had something like that around me, because I would definitely go to that. It's not a coven. You're just kind of going there to practice dance and incorporate witchcraft into it. And I think that's really like actually pretty witchy. Like they would have done that back in the day. Yeah. Solitary male witch. I stick to myself with that because I hate the toxicity. Oh yeah, no, I pretty much was solitary my whole life, because I'm like, I tried. I'm like, ooh, what the heck is this nonsense? Because I grew up in the Rosicrucian order, and then a cult started. A cult started, and a lot of people died in that Rosicrucian cult. No, I'm not trying not to laugh. Sorry, I'm just saying like how ridiculous is it, right? Out of the Rosicrucian order I grew up in, a cult started. I didn't know about the cult thing. My mom, I think my mom knew, because when I was lining up the timeline, when I've been recently looking at the cult, I think it was the Order of the Sun or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I was looking at the timeline, and I'm like, when everyone started dying from that cult was about the time when my mom asked me to pick my own religion. She was like, you don't have to stay with Rosicrucian, by the way. You can choose your own. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, because she also was teaching me all different religions. Like I did a bunch of religious training at home, but it was like based on my interests. Like she's like, do you want to learn about druids? Do you want to learn about this? Like she had books and tons of stuff, right? So just over the years, over the decades, I've learned a lot. So she approached me with that to choose my own religion, and she's like, read the Bible, read the Satanic Bible. She's like, go out to churches, like whatever, right? Go experience things and then decide what you want your path to be. She's like, I don't want to set your path in stone. And I thought that was really cool. But then also when I'm looking at the timeline, I'm like, that was around the time that cult showed up, that everyone heard about the cult, that people started dying. So like, I wonder, because there was different situations me and my mom were in. Like looking back now, I'm like, I think that those people turned into a cult. We'd be hanging out with people, we'd be really close with people, and suddenly it'd be like, nope, we never talked to them again. And I just kind of went with the flow because that's how our life was, right? But I'm starting to realize that I think my mom like recognized cult activity, and she like pulled us out before we got too far in. She would do this a lot because there was stuff that I did with different spiritual groups as a kid. Even there's stuff that we did with Indigenous people, the First Nations people. There was a bunch of good people that we knew. We did a ton of stuff with them. Bad people got involved in the group, destroyed the whole group. Mom pulled us out. That was the whole thing. So even I was raised even around a lot of First Nations practices too. Obviously they can't tell us everything. They're not supposed to, and that's okay. You know, we're not going to pressure them into that. So, but I do have a lot of like exposure to it as well. I say I'm witch adjacent because I don't follow too much dogma in general. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I am very eclectic. I call myself eclectic at this point, and I say that I'm pagan because, yes, I started off with Wicca, but then from there, I kind of like learned Druidism stuff, and I'm like, I want to go as old world before Christianity as I can, hopefully. I just started studying different pagan practices across Europe and everything. And so I do like a mixture of like Norse, Druidic, Celtic stuff, and also Italian witchcraft. Because Italian witchcraft, there's a lot of knowledge that the Italian women have passed down over the years that didn't get lost over time. So they have a lot of knowledge, and it's very fascinating. So I like incorporating some of their stuff. So it's like, I wouldn't see myself as like one specific kind of witch at this point. I'm sort of like a little mixed bag of different pagan stuff. So, oh, and I do incorporate some ancient Egyptian stuff. I love ancient Egypt. So, and Rosicrucian had a lot of ancient Egyptian stuff incorporated into it. So, yeah. Oh, I'm familiar with Rosicrucian. Yeah. When I was in a coven, I was still am a loud, proud witch, but the other coven members are very secretive about being a witch, which I found toxic. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, like my mom, like looking back, like my mom, like kind of clocked a lot of stuff, I guess. Like, I normally say it, by the way. I'm not saying it because it's the cool thing right now. I actually do say it all the time. You can ask Joan. I was saying it before all this clicky clacky things showed up. But anyways, this is a side tangent. So I'm like, her story kind of reminds me of me, but it's like she took a different path, I guess. So just kind of interesting because I did grow up in a household where I was kind of told not to trust Christians. Don't trust the Christians, essentially, right? Be very careful around the Christians, you know? Yeah.
This is what the occult does not have. It's lacking faith. You lack trust. You are always outsourcing your power to something else. And in my opinion...
And again, no, you're not. Like, the whole nature of witchcraft, of paganism is... there is faith. You have faith. You're not outsourcing power. Like, you have your own power. And I might pray to like I kind of personally, I pray to the elements and the earth herself, right? I don't actually use any pantheons. The only one that I will use by name is Hecate, because she's literally the only goddess of witches. That was her role. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind using her name because her name was used for anything to do with witchcraft. I don't like using other names because I don't know what their name was used as to spill blood, right? The occult lacks faith. Yeah, like the occult has faith. This is where I'm like, I feel like she maybe immediately joined a coven and just got like was not trained properly. So that's where I just found this kind of interesting because I was thinking, I feel like it's good advice as a witch to like a new witch is like, don't immediately join a coven. Like learn stuff on your own. Like join a coven, but be very, very aware that the people in the coven most of the time are not, they're only there to help themselves. A lot of times they are. Sometimes you might meet a good person though, and you could kind of branch off and do your own thing. But I really do recommend learning on your own. You can get advice from fellow witches. You can even do it online, right? Ask a fellow witch, like advice about something. There's Facebook groups for it as well. And people will put stuff like with their spells in the group. They're like, hey, I did this spell. This is what it looked like when I was done. Is there anything to this? What do you guys think? And just kind of get like a group discussion around it. Right. So I think that's the better way to go than joining a coven. And I feel like her joining a coven kind of messed her up because it made her not really understand witchcraft. So, yeah.
That just drives anxiety and the nervousness that I had for years. How on earth could I not be anxious when I had no faith to lean my back on? Manifestation promised peace and abundance, but then I would end up feeling shame when I wasn't in high vibes enough, like I was doing it wrong. Truth is, I was
this is the only, like, okay, manifestation, all that, it is psychological. You got to put in the work. You don't just get it because you asked for it. You do have to put in the work. Dust, I should be a warlock. Yeah. I don't know. So my issue is, I swear this vibes thing, this like high vibration thing, low vibration thing, this is pretty new. Like I swear this is pretty new. This was not as much of a buzz term growing up. I just don't remember this as much of a buzz term. Oh God. No, Windows, no. Windows update, crap. How do I stop it? Oh God, hold on. It wants to restart. No. Schedule the restart. Okay, let's schedule the restart. 5:30 a.m. Okay, schedule restart. Oh God, I hate when Windows update happens. Ah, stress. Hold on. I'm just gonna run a little let's see. We're gonna do a scan now, just so I don't forget. Oh no, a reboot is pending. Damn it. Oh, this is gonna be messy. I hope my computer doesn't screw up. I always delay the updates, but it only lets you delay it by like 4 weeks, and then it like forces you. It doesn't let you, like, you just let you renew the delay. And I'm just like, oh my God, what a mess. Everything I know about witches I learned from Florio and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's true with Dust, yeah. Yeah, occult means hidden knowledge. All religions have occult. Yeah, they all have hidden knowledge. Yeah, like there's actually a lot of it in Jewish practice. Like there's a lot of hidden knowledge. A lot of very interesting, deep occult esoteric stuff that's I find very fascinating. You made a good point in a previous video. You can manifest what you want with affirmations because you're preparing yourself to do what you need to achieve. Exactly. That's what manifestation is. And I feel like some people think that it's just like I asked for it, therefore I get it. Like that's very self-centered, right? It's like the point of it, you're manifesting to make it happen, you know? Like I did a lot of manifestation when I first started up this channel, and you can ask KK, and I met all the manifestation, like everything I wanted, I got. And I know I need to get back into manifestation, but I know like I've been avoiding it because I know my mindset is not there to put in the work. And I think that's why I've been avoiding the manifestation again. All manifestation is you read your goals like 3 times a day out loud to yourself. What you want, your goals, right? Easy. Except that you're implanting it into your brain to be like, I'm going to do this work when I read this, right? So you got to be in the right mindset. And if you can't put in the effort to remember to read those things like 3 times a day, then you're not in the right mindset to actually make the change happen, right? But this is the only thing, like, I feel like she is telling the truth about witchcraft, but the vibe thing just seems weird, the vibration thing, because I swear vibration, this is like a fairly new term in like the last 5 years. I guess she could have just left witchcraft, I suppose. So manifestation proclamation. Yeah, exactly. It is the same as prayer, except with prayer, you're asking God to do something for you. With manifestation, you say you already have it. So the way that you do it is like, I have a car. Instead of I want a car, I have a car. And that's what you do. I have this. I have, whatever, 50,000 subscribers, right? I have 50,000 subscribers. And you're not asking for it. You're telling yourself you have it already, right? And it gets yourself motivated. But people that truly are Christian, believe in all this stuff, like prayer motivates them too. And it's the same thought process. I just feel like this is a little bit misinformed because she was misinformed to begin with. She doesn't seem, I don't know her that well. I haven't looked at her other content. She doesn't seem to be trying to be hurtful towards the craft or anything. She just seems misinformed, you know?
Constantly white knuckling, trying to prove that I was in control. Clearly I was wrong. And this is pickles. Fast forward during a therapy session, my therapist has recommended that I look into faith. I laughed it off, but something inside of me stirred. I bought the Woman's Study Bible. I opened it up once, got overwhelmed, and then put it down. But that pull didn't.
I really hate this editing thing where people put their face in the camera. I don't need to see your eyeball. It's annoying. Hey, Chris. It's a little concerning that her therapist told her to turn to God. If I am with a therapist who does that, immediately leave your therapist. No, like they should not be telling you to go become a Christian. That's just a weird take as a therapist to do. I don't agree with that.
Stop. Enter Bible number 2. And the reason why I bought this one is because it has margins where I can actually put notes. And I didn't just read it, I studied it. And what I find crazy is that no matter what was going on in the day, I would read a passage, bless you, and somehow there was a lesson in there for me. He just knew, but I was still doubtful. I was still hesitant. Which brings me to the day that I said, Jesus, if you are real, please show me a sign that I will recognize. A day later, I'm walking my dogs and I'm seeing the same mountain range that I see every single morning. And there it was in the mountains, a cross on the mountains that was so bright. And trust me, this picture does not do it justice. And since then, his voice just keeps getting louder. I went to church. I continue to go to church. It feels like home. So here I am, a baby Christian. And honestly, my goal for this account is not to monetize it. I'm Canadian. We don't have a creator account. I honestly don't even know how active I'm going to be on.
Okay, Canadian, I'm going to call Alberta. Oh, wait, it's down here. Alberta, maybe BC. Hold on. I don't know where this place is. Kootenay Lake, BC. Yeah. Alberta, BC has more Christians than Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia. Alberta is mainly Alberta, but there are little pockets of like evangelicals in BC. I feel like she's in those pockets. Health practitioner, lens, faith control. Okay. Nothing huge here, just whatever. So anyway, that's kind of her story in general. Yeah. So I found it interesting. I feel like that she just wasn't taking down the right path to begin with. And I feel like based on the fact that if a therapist in Canada tells you to turn to Christ, that's not like, those therapists don't really fly here unless she was seeing like a priest or something, or like maybe she was seeing like, I know there was like a private therapist I once like one of my ex went to, and it was in this like naturopath. It's a whole story, and I'll eventually tell the story about this naturopath's office, and this is the guy that made me very angry with a lot of these like new age natural medicines, because some of them are just BS, and he was a lot of BS. So he had a therapist. It was pretty affordable. So my partner went to her, and she was pushing the Bible on him like immediately. And I was like, this is like fucked. You don't do that. It's fucked up, right? But I wonder, because she's saying that her husband has faith, and then she's talking about her therapist was pushing Christianity. I feel like she's living in one of those pockets in BC, because they're very Bible belty, but they're in like little neighborhoods, and they're very like tight knit, you know. Call Me Chris came from one of those neighborhoods. So there are faith-based therapists, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, in Canada it's not very common, but I suppose out west it probably is, because out west you're going to find more intense Christians and evangelical Christians. Over here it's not really that common. You can end up with one by accident, but they don't really do well over here. So I don't know. Very unsettling. You usually see it in NA or AA. Yeah, like the only time that I've seen stuff like this happen, or like this sort of like weird evangelical kind of view, is any of my friends, and I had a lot of them, who are addicts, and they went to AA or NA. And then they all ended up joining this one church. There's one in my city. And it's like the born again church. It's the one where all the addicts end up after they do AA. And man, that church is rough. Like they try to get you to like indoctrinate people. They try to like push religion. Like they do this whole thing, and it turns them into people. I'm like, I don't want to hang out with you. Like all you talk about is God. Like find a different hobby. Like your whole life should not just be about God. I don't talk about witchcraft 24 hours a day. You got to find another hobby. It's like they get addicted to religion because they need a new addiction, a healthy addiction, but they get addicted to religion. I'm just like, I can't be around you. You're too much. It's too much. So very unsettling. Oh yeah. So a story of the Bible blames women for everything. Hard pass. That's the thing, is that there actually is writings of good things about women, but those kind of got lost in time, you know, because there was stories like there's a lot of people who have like found proof of and have said like they found some manuscripts or pieces of manuscripts that kind of tell us there is more that was written about like Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary as well. There's some more written about Bathsheba, although like whatever, she was a pagan queen, so like wasn't good stuff, but there was more written about the women at the beginning of all this story, and that's been kind of lost to time. And the Adam and Eve thing like immediately blames women. Oh, I was watching so this thing popped up on my Instagram reels. I thought it was very funny and kind of made you think. He's like, have you ever thought that maybe Adam is the one who took the apple and he lied and blamed it on Eve? He's like, I think that this is the case because otherwise why do we have the Adam's apple and the women don't? I'm like, that's fucking funny. I love that one. Her therapist was probably from TikTok. Oh, that is probably true. Probably got harassed by her wealthy neighbors who saw her old videos that she was a witch. Yeah, like it seems like she's living in one of these pockets because these pockets do exist. They replace tone unhealthy addiction for another. Yeah. So yeah, the deleted chapters. There's a lot of discussion around all that about like lost manuscripts. And the thing is too, like a lot of stuff has been misinterpreted. Like the Bible was not written in English, right? It wasn't written in the Crown's English to begin with. So like stuff was misinterpreted on purpose or by accident as well. And actually I find Monty Mader, she is the best at explaining stuff. She actually has a weekly Bible class, or what do you call it again? The church calls it something. What is it? Bible study? Oh, Bible study. Yeah. So she has a weekly Bible study, but she teaches you like not how to be a Christian. She teaches you like how to read the Bible, or how, like what's wrong with the Bible, or like the truth of the Bible. Like she just goes into it more with a sort of analytical view because she's not Christian or anything, but she always shuts down people that are like, oh, well, you can't support this because the Bible said it. And then she'll open up her Bible and find a bunch of verses as to why they're wrong and that they're going off something that was an addendum that wasn't the original Bible. And if you're going to go for the original God's word, this is the original God's word. I love Monty. She's so good. Yeah. They have Adam's apple and a snake. Oh, that's a good point too, Unicorn. Yeah. They have the snake and the Adam's apple. So maybe they're both. I know Brandy Shepherd, she's a close friend mine. She heard about the Matt Rife thing. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're talking to Joan. No worries. Yeah. The Matt Rife thing was freaking stupid. Okay. So let's move on to the next witch thing. Demons left behind beauty, right? Which is in this. Okay. This is like one of these like sort of what do you call it, like unhinged witch videos. So we'll watch this one and then we'll maybe check out the demons one next.
Ears to hear witches are in the church, and guess what they are good at most of the time? Deception. Now, if you have the Holy Spirit, you get to have all the spiritual gifts that are outlined in the Bible because those are the spiritual gifts of the Holy Spirit. God just doesn't pick and choose. Like you get to literally have all of them. One of them being the spiritual gift of discernment, which many Christians in the lukewarm church or the American church today lack in. The spiritual gift of discernment. Now, discernment is the number one thing that is going to reveal if somebody is operating in something other than the Spirit of God. Now, sometimes people aren't actively participating in.
Like discernment is Is she saying that this is like a Christian only thing? Only Christians have discernment? That's silly. This is silly. I don't know.
Witchcraft and going to church and trying to do all these things, sometimes they're operating in manipulation and control, which is still witchcraft at its lowest, simplest form, is control and manipulation. So if anybody in your life, side note, is operating in those things, ask the Holy Spirit if they need to.
Okay, so like the issue with this, is she Mormon? I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. My issue with this, what she's saying here, is essentially that anyone who is being mean to you or manipulative, or anyone that you think is a bad person, is a witch. Talk like this starts witch hunts. Like, it starts people attacking people in their own community that aren't witches. They're just people that someone has a problem with. This is literally how the witch hunts happened. Someone would be fighting with someone and they'd be like, "You're a witch," and then they would hang them, you know, like Christian content. Does it say if she's a Mormon? I really, she gives Mormon vibes. I would not be surprised. I don't know that it's anywhere specific here. Demonology. Oh God. Health advice. Spiritual boot camp. Visions with Jesus. Okay, she's like selling courses and stuff. Spoken word. Hearing God's voice. Spiritual warfare. Inner healing. Prophetic. She's got a lot of stuff. Testimony. Deliverance. Ex-witch. What's in here? Are these her videos? So is she just commenting on people that... I think she's just commenting on people that are ex-witches. I don't think she was an ex-witch. Anyway, though, I had concerns over things that she was saying, so that's why I kind of wanted to play this one. This one looks more cornstar. Actually, no. This one looks more like an OF person that switched to Christianity. It gives me that vibes when I was listening to her too, so... gasp, it wasn't a land grab in Salem. No, it was just like pettiness, but also Salem didn't have the money to pay the preacher too. So there's a lot of things actually in Salem. I think it was just a combination of many things. And I think in general, Puritans were so had sticks up their butt so hard, and they were clenching their ass cheeks so hard because they're so pent up. And I think that it was the Puritan just lifestyle that caused it to get out of control. It was just one little thing had to happen. It was just the straw that broke the camel's back kind of thing, right? So yeah.
Be in your life, or to reveal the motives of those around you and to remove anybody who has ill motive or has been planted by the enemy in your life. We also should be, as the church, operating in prayer, corporate prayer. A house that is not built on prayer is honestly set up for failure in one form or another. Probably why prayer is so attacked. Think about it. When you sit down to pray, are you distracted? Are you too tired? Are you hungry all of a sudden? Maybe you don't want to do it. You don't know how. You'll just do it later. The enemy wants to stop your dialogue with the Lord. So in regards to this story that I touched on in my last video, I'll just kind of tell you guys what I did. So I was actively...
Okay, about the prayer thing. Oh, video. Right. Sorry, I went and grabbed a drink. You could say the same thing for spellcraft, you know? You could say the same thing for really anything. Everyone has to have prayer. Technically, witches have prayer. Technically, when we're doing our spells, when we're doing our festivals, I don't do spells very often. I do more the festival celebration kind of thing, you know? I tend to only do spells when I want to do a protection or something, or if I'm trying to help someone, things like that. But Puritans were religious radicals. Yeah, they were. Yeah. And America was pretty much founded by that. So it's not surprising what America looks like right now. Yeah. Salem was just a special kind of cray-cray. Yeah. It makes me sad they turned Salem into a tourist destination with bars everywhere. I think that they have been very respectful. There are some people that we know, and friends, people that we're friends with that know a bunch of people that run businesses and stuff there. I think it's respectful. I think that it's a way to honor what happened and recognize the problems with what happened in the past, and them having touristy stuff there helps pay for it all, right? Because if they weren't making money, then they wouldn't be there, and then we would like kind of lose that history. And I think that it's also a place where witches can kind of go and have like a safe space, even if it's commercialized, so be it. The reality is witches are commercialized. They've been commercialized since the dawn of time. Cunning women, cunning folk, they would take payment for spells. They would take payment for like midwifery. Like you take payment. We always took payment. So like this isn't new to commercialize witchcraft. It's always been commercialized. But you know, I think it's just about, is the business doing it ethically? Are they trying to be fair? Are they telling the true story? Are they lying to you? Are they ripping you off? Because I think that's the big questions, right? Is the business that is being run, do they not even live in Salem? All the money that they make isn't even spent in Salem. It's spent in a different state, like a certain business that's in Salem. That's a problem, right? Do they have ethics? That's a problem, you know? Pretty much the majority of Salem are pretty fair people. They actually are pretty fair people. And they kind of keep things in check. Like the amount of pushback that Elton and Matt have gotten, like it was made difficult for them to even get in there. Like the fact that they even decided to push through and get it all. And now they're complaining that everyone doesn't want them there. And it's like, well, they said that from the beginning. Like nobody's wanted you here. They've been trying everything they can to kick you out. So, or make sure you didn't come. One thing Salem got poisoning. No, it was disproven. Actually, some scientists actually disproved it. I have a video on Salem and my theories as to what happened. And it's not just one thing. Like it's a snowball effect of many things, right? She's just repeating the blonde. Oh crap. Taught in most charismatic assemblies. Yeah. Oh yeah. She might be Pentecostal. Yeah. Bars have been there for a long time. Yeah. Honestly, bars have been everywhere. You know, hey, Megatherion, I enjoy your channel. I've been waiting to get accepted into the Discord for a couple months. Have you? Oh, well, what's your Discord name? Let me know what your Discord name. You might have joined at a time when we were dealing with certain trolls, from a certain, you know, ladies' night situation. So that might be why. Let me know your username and then I'll just add you I'll add the roles to you. So. Oh, that's not my Discord. This is my Discord. Members. Yeah, just let me know what your username is. And then I'll add you. Matt and Elton are ass grab money people. I mean, I would agree in that order. Yes. I don't think you mentioned that order, but I agree in that order, yes. All right. So she's going to go on a little bit. I think that's like the main thing I wanted to cover with her, but let me just see if she says anything else interesting.
In witchcraft, but I did believe in Jesus. I believed that Jesus was one of the ascended masters. I would go to a witchcraft temple in the morning, and sometimes I would go to a church at nighttime. This was the church in Southern California that I had gone to.
Okay, so she is saying she's an ex-witch. That she would go to a witchcraft temple in the morning. What the fuck is she saying? She was going to witch something in the morning and then church at night. Also, you can be a Christian witch. You don't have to choose. I need her to repeat that. That made no sense.
You don't want to do it. You don't know how. You'll just do it later. The enemy wants to stop your dialogue with the Lord. So in regards to this story that I touched on in my last video, I'll just kind of tell you guys what I did. So I was actively in witchcraft, but I did believe in Jesus. I believed that Jesus was one of the ascended masters. I would go to a witchcraft temple in the morning, and sometimes I would go to a church at nighttime. This was the church.
Oh my God, I got distracted.
But I did believe in Jesus. I believed that Jesus was one of the ascended masters. I would go to a witchcraft temple in the
witchcraft temple? The fuck? Where? What? Is there a witchcraft temple in California? What the hell? Witchcraft temple. Like, who calls it a temple? Temple witchcraft. There is one? I've never heard anyone call it a temple before. Where's this at? Where is this? Show me where this exists. Oh, it says cavern. I mean, cavern makes more sense. Temple of witchcraft. Just seems not right to me. Temple of witchcraft. Salem? Oh, there's a temple of witchcraft in Salem? But that's not Salem, Massachusetts, is it? What is NH? Is this in Salem? I feel like that's not Salem, not the Salem. So it's just a witchcraft church. There's a church of witch, like there's different churches of witchcraft. I just never heard temple before. My Discord showing is either Alistair Cooley or YT's. Okay, yeah. Then I will add your thingy. You just probably joined at a time when we're being very cautious about who we let into the Discord, because there's some stupid drama, high school bullshit that again was happening again today. All right. A Temple of Wicca. I do remember something. I thought it was like a Church of Wicca, wasn't it? I don't know. Usually they don't just call it Temple of Witchcraft. Like usually it's called like, it'll have like a name of like their whatever school or something, Is this another Temple of Witchcraft? Okay, so there's like a bunch of them now. Okay. I don't know then. I guess this is a thing. This website looks very old. Services. I feel like this is not in person. I feel like this is all online. Okay. I feel like this is all online. Okay. Inner Temple of Witchcraft. Okay, that's a book. Okay. Temple of Witchcraft series. Did she maybe read these books? Temple of Witchcraft Salem, though. Okay. That's not, is that the Salem? Salem's Temple of Witchcraft. Where is this? I don't want to pay. Where is this paper from? I hate that newspapers now. Like, you have to pay for everything. It's like, I'm not going to keep paying for this crap. Oh, thank you, Megatherion, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Temple of Wicca offered credential papers to do legal hand fastings. I do remember that, actually, yeah. It's like a Unitarian Universalist church. Well, we have some of those. Like, there's one in my city that's just like a Unitarian church. Like, you don't have to believe in God. Like, you can just kind of show up and whatever. Just kind of have a community to be around. But it is a little bit God-focused, for my liking. I'm a little bit weary about certain ones. But at one point there was an LGBTQ, like, pastor, and she was, well, did she go by she? I'm gonna say they were like really progressive, and I really like them, but I don't think they're there anymore. Okay, so this is a religious nonprofit. Ooh, I don't know if I trust that. If you're going to go through and actually do like a religious nonprofit, which means you never pay taxes, I'm a little weary on that. Even in witchcraft, you can have cults. I'm a little bit weary on this. I don't know about this one. Okay. Temple Fest. Where is it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. No, that's a different spot. What's NH? What state is that? NH state. Oh no, I accidentally renamed something. It's opera. NH state. New Hampshire. Okay, so the temple is in Salem, New Hampshire. Mr. Freud and I did a hand fasting for our wedding. Yeah, that's what I've always said. Like, if I got married, I want to do hand fasting. Out in nature somewhere. I don't trust this. This seems, I don't trust if you're going to go out of your way to get religious nonprofits so you don't have to pay taxes. I don't really trust that. I don't trust that. I like the one I know of is Church of Eternal Light. Yeah, usually the church is like named things. So I just find it weird. Temple of Witchcraft. But she said it's in California. Actually, hold on, wait. That's what I want to check. California Temple of Witchcraft. TOW also offered doctorate master papers. Honestly, it was a scam in my opinion, like ULC. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, my mom would do all those courses, and then she would just teach me what she was learning. And she was certified in like all these different places. But she would do all these courses through all these different churches, organizations, blah, blah, blah. And she'd get like certificate. But I'm like, it doesn't really mean anything other than like you learned everything they taught you, you know? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's like a fuchsia. I got to redo it, actually. I have dye coming next week. All right, there's no official physical location called the California Temple of Witchcraft. The former Temple of Witchcraft, founded by this Christopher guy, is in New Hampshire. I don't really believe her story. You know, I just don't really believe her story that she was a witch. I don't know about this. This seems a little bit off.
Morning, and sometimes I would go to a church at nighttime. This was the church in Southern California that I had gone to and applied for the prayer team because I was working in recovery. I would do aura readings on people. I could see if their chakras were, you know, malfunctioning. I could see where there were blockages. I could see different things, like, I won't even get into it, but I would see things, and it was a spirit of divination that was revealing these things to me, not the Holy Spirit, but the Holy Spirit with the spiritual gift of prophecy will reveal stuff. But again, when it comes to the prophetic, it is meant to edify and encourage the church. That's it. It's not meant to tear down, destroy, or curse a person. If God is going to reveal something, it's because he wants to heal it. Now,
Okay, I don't know what she was doing. The majority of witches I know don't go around cursing everyone. Because if you put out that, like, negative energy, it's going to come back on you. So I just don't really believe that she was actually a witch. Recommend some books. I know that some people, I don't know the controversy with Scott Cunningham, but that's the first book that I read to first learn Wicca, which then kind of got me started to then figure out how to what I should research next. I believe there's some drama around him, though, that happened later on that I'm not aware of. So the Solitary Practitioner is what I started with. If you want to explore Italian witchcraft, I do recommend Raven Grimassi. He does very good research. I have a bunch of his books, and just bring up Grimassi. He does a ton of research. I have this book, actually, like in the other room. And essentially, a lot of stuff has been saved with Italian witchcraft and old world witchcraft and different, like he goes and like finds really old stuff, and he goes and like interviews, like, you know, little grandma biddies and stuff, and getting like their story of things that they were taught, and then he puts it into books. I do recommend, I like him, unless he's problematic, but like I read his stuff because he finds really old documentations and stuff and doesn't just stick with like one type of magic. You can kind of, you know, learn about a lot of really old stuff because he does a lot of really good research. So I like him. I like Raven Grimassi. She probably thinks that she was a witch because she had a box of tarot cards. Yeah, that's probably what it was. I think I have a couple of his books. He's good. He does really good research. Yeah. Buckland's Blue Book. Is that the witch one though, or is that the psychic one? I don't. Buckland's Blue Book. I know, like, Kenny's always showing some blue book or something that's oh yeah, no, I read this book when I was younger. Yeah, this is a big one too. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I remember this one. She's confusing a lot of different things. I think she just learned keywords and a bit of different practices. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many of these like fake witches. They weren't actually witches because the things they're saying don't make sense. It's like, what do you mean? Okay, well, there's no temple of witchcraft in Southern California. So where the hell did you go? And like, she's messing up terms. And I don't know. I just don't believe that I don't believe she's a witch. I don't believe she was ever a witch. Now, did she used to do readings or like chakra stuff or pretend to do Reiki on people and charge people money because she's a grifter? I could see that. I mean, right now she's pushing God. She's making money off of this. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, I've recently, like, purged a lot of my mom's books and stuff. She has so many. And what we had left here was probably, like, a quarter of her original collection. We had so much stuff. So what I've hung on to is, I've hung on to Scott Cunningham stuff because I like it. I have a few of Raven Grimassi's book. I have this one here. I believe I have this one, Old World Witchcraft, Ancient Ways. I think I have this one. This looks kind of cool. The Holy Strega. I don't think I read that one. So Old World Witchcraft, Ancient Ways. I think that we have this one somewhere. I gotta go looking for it. Encyclopedia Witchcraft. I'm pretty sure I have this. Don't think I have this one. Although that cover looks familiar. Maybe. This one, though, I know I don't have. Yeah, I don't think that we have the blue one anymore because it got wrecked, but I remember reading it growing up. And there's just so many books that I did read. There's also there's like an Earth Magic book with a brown cover. If I can find it. This one. Dianic Book of Shadows. I don't know who wrote it, but I've had this book like forever. I think it's this one. It looks like this, and it says Earth Magic on the outside of it. Yeah, Marion Weinstein. Apparently this sells for a lot. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I have this one. Oh yeah, we had this one for a bit too. That one. And make a quick note here. What else do we have? We have just like, I don't know, I've had so many books. I don't know where to go. Witchcraft books. We had this. And we had that. We had a few books that were called like a history of witchcraft, because that's the thing. I love history, so I would do a lot of research, right? Yeah, it's just like so many. There was books that were just spells. There was books that were cooking, like cooking witch food, right? Because all your celebrations you eat, that's like a big thing. So I had like cookbooks. There's just like so many. I'm older than I look, and I've been reading this stuff since like very young, so I can't think of them all. Honestly, I really do recommend Raven Gramassi. If you want to learn about Wicca before you jump into everything, then I honestly recommend Scott Cunningham. But I think that there was some drama with him. I don't know what it was. Yeah. Please don't call people insulting terms. Oh, what? I didn't see it. Joan, not sure. If you caught something, I'm sorry if anything popped in there. Okay. I don't know what I missed. Also, hey Glitter, how's it going? Okay, let's see what else she has to say. But honestly, I don't think this woman was a real witch. This seems fishy.
At this point in time, it was about 6 to 8 months before I got saved. I was neck deep in witchcraft, and I believed that everything that I was doing was for the greater good. I truly wanted to help people. I truly wanted to heal people. But again, I was my own God. I believed Jesus was an ascended master. I believed in all these other gods. I believed I could access this and do whatever I wanted, because that's what witchcraft promises, that you are.
I mean, technically, Christians say that you have the Holy Spirit inside you, therefore you are God too. Although witchcraft, you're not God. So that's her problem. You caught it, no worries. Okay, cool.
Your own God, and you can literally do whatever you want, no rules. So I believed back then.
No. There are rules. There are rules, and there are ethics with witchcraft. The same as there's ethics with psychics. Like, even though, yeah, psychic industry, whatever, a bunch of hooey, but like, people practice ethically. The ones who truly believe they're psychic, and witches are the same. They're huge ethics. Like, when I grew up in the Rosicrucian order, there was like a whole like thing that they made us do on ethics. There was like a whole like unit. It's hard to explain Rosicrucian. They give you like essentially Bible study, like they give you a book, then you have to read a book, then you have to do these exercises, then you submit it like homework, and then you review it with, someone who's a higher up than you, and then you kind of discuss the things that you've learned. And I remember there was like multiple books on ethics. Ethics was huge, and they taught it like right away. Ethics is like no, you don't get to just do whatever you want. There's tons of rules. So I find it interesting that Salem is a mecca for neo-pagans because the victims were not witches. Yeah, I guess it's an embrace of social liberal values that would have saved the victims. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like witches taking back their power because yes, the majority of people that were hung, whatever, burned, not many were burned. It's more Europe thing. Those who were executed as witches, the majority of them weren't witches, but a lot of them over in Europe were cunning folk who technically you could say were pagan. They were also Christian too, but they practiced the old world and they did a lot of medicine and they did a lot of midwifery, right? And that's sort of like part of witchcraft is very female oriented and female dominated. And a lot of it is sort of about taking care of one another and supporting one another. And they were literally executing midwives that were like really good at delivering babies and they were just killing them because a baby, whatever, had like a weird finger or something. So therefore she must be a witch, right? It's just like, so I feel like with witch stuff, because they do it over at Stonehenge and everything too, I feel like just we take over the areas again to kind of reclaim back the power that was taken from these people and to honor the people that were hurt and to also teach people about like what witchcraft is and the different kinds of witchcraft. Because a lot of witches aren't really practicing the Bible version of what witches are. That's more satanic witches. There's a lot of witches that are practicing the old world pagan stuff, the old world Celtic stuff, you know? A lot of them are very Celtic based. And that has nothing to do with the Bible. And it has nothing to do with doing a deal with the devil or demons or anything. It's not anything like that, you know? So I think that there's like, I think it's good that witches do take over these areas because it's like an education thing, right? And you're kind of taking back your power in that sense. And witches, I mean, we're taught, again, rules and ethics, like we're taught to honor everything that has died for us or because of us or has part of the system, you know, like if I needed, for some reason, I don't use this stuff, but I know some people do. Let's say someone needed a bird bone or some kind of bone from an animal, right? They end up finding an already deceased animal. They take the bone, but when you take it, you're taking it for what you need it for your witchcraft stuff, but you like leave something behind and you honor back into the land. And I usually like, oftentimes I'll feed animals and stuff. I'll like do planting trees and feed animals. And that's sort of how I try to give back as best I can. But it's like, if you take, you kind of give back. And sorry, I'm rambling on other stuff, but it's just, it's so many, so many points on this. Hung and when being pressed. Oh yeah. Salem, there was no fires. That was more, even in Europe, there actually wasn't that many, I believe. Don't quote me on this. I think that was more of a Scotland thing, which honestly, a lot of people don't talk about this. Scotland was the most intense and crazy, violent, and just, they were the worst for the witch trials. And a lot of people don't really talk about it. Scotland, their witch trial history is so scary. It's so scary. Peru has an interesting history for witches past and current. See, I could see that too. Like when you get into like South America as well, and you get into like Italy, right? Witches are viewed different. It's a different kind of thing. It's not as stigmatized as with the kind of, I guess, Puritan, evangelical Christian kind of side of it is, right? It's like, there's a lot of people over in Europe. I mean, I've talked to some people too, that a lot of people in Europe that are Catholic, and then they still practice like little spells and stuff. It's a normal thing. They don't see themselves as a Christian witch. They're just like, yeah, I practice some of the old, you know, whatever, what do you call it? Like superstitions and little things passed down through the family, but they're very much Catholic, right? But that doesn't mean that they have to also put a label on it also. Germany, I believe, had the most burn per capita. Yeah, like I know one of the countries was more the fire, but they always, a lot of people will misinterpret and say that England was the one that did all the fires and Salem. It's like, no, that was more hanging. The fires were like other countries, still in Europe, but you know. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked on this lady. She talked for a while. I don't know.
I had something that the church didn't, that the church needed, which was my gifting of being able to read people's auras or see their chakras or see if they had different things sticking out of their body that I needed to pull out. Like,
Okay, so she's essentially saying that she's a faith healer. Got it. She's a grifter. Okay. Honestly, I don't really think I have much else to say
Listen up,
on
all
this.
who have ears.
Can I
To
go
hear.
forward? I honestly hate this. Like, okay, TikTok, whatever. In my opinion, grifter. My opinion. Okay, this guy seemed like he was actually maybe a legit witch. This one seemed like very misinformed. Okay, this one was weird. I feel like this one is just trying to make money off people. I don't know. I'll play this one for you. Let me know what you guys think. I think that this one doesn't even seem right. And anyway, it's just weird. This one kind of creeped me out. Gave me like the creeps.
This is the reasons that I decided to burn all of my tarot cards. I always would pray and I would always ask for the message that was going to be coming through.
She's wearing an ankh. Hold on.
To come.
She's wearing an ankh necklace. Is she going to say that she's Christian while she's wearing an ankh? Okay.
From a place of love and light. I legitimately in my heart thought that I was helping other people. Like I never ever pulled cards in a vindictive or malicious way. It was always to help. And I really, really enjoyed that extra reassurance, that knowing that if I had a question, I could just pull my cards and get an answer. But here's what caused me to change my mind. I realized that I don't know who I'm talking to. Even though I was praying and asking for the message to come from a place of love and light, demons are tricksters.
When you're doing tarot, you're not talking to anyone. You're using your intuition. This is where, like, I just don't buy that these people were tarot readers or freaking witches. Thank you, Glitter Flame, for the $2 super chat. Thank you. It's like people destroying their D&D books and dice because Satan. Yeah, this... But she's, like, sitting here saying this while she's wearing an ankh. Ancient Egypt is like the furthest thing from Christianity, and an ankh is often used in a lot of witchcraft. So like, what is this? Like, what is happening here? I just feel like there's like, what's going on? And when you're doing tarot, like you're not, there isn't like some demon talking to you, and you're using your intuition. You're reading the cards. You're using your intuition. You don't have like a voice in your head telling you things. This confession of a white witch reminds me of one of my exes. Yeah, same voice, lips. Yeah, she's kind of creeped me out. She seems very fake. I think that's what it is.
And they hide themselves. They shield themselves. They'll come to you as your spirit guides, and they'll look beautiful and they'll look friendly, and they'll make you think that they're really there for you and they're really trying to help you. And it's all a setup. So at the beginning, when you start reading tarot or when you start, dabbling, you could be like so on point, and that's how it tricks you.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, no, the goal's completed. Thank you, Kels, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Does she think that it's a stylized cross? Oh my God, I bet she does. I bet she thinks it's a stylized cross and doesn't realize that it is not Christian. Don't you know it's evil to listen to yourself and not God? Right. It's very odd, the Protestant witch hunters. Yeah, I mean, there was the Protestant versus Catholicism stuff that was going on, I mean, for centuries. A lot of bloodshed. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous that people were killing each other over the same frickin' book. Did she call me beautiful? Thanks. Oh, who called you beautiful? Or she's like the death comic. I just feel like she's like, I don't know, this feels very fake to me. Feels very fake. Okay, so we met the goal. Do you guys want a weird dating story after we watch this chick? What is she selling? Spiritual warfare queen. Okay. I don't know about this. How many followers is she? Okay, she's not very big in followers, so I'm not like trying to like be mean to her or anything, but like, huh? I don't understand this account. I feel like it's very fake. All right, well, let's do some more of this.
That's how it gets you. Your readings are on point. You're saying things are happening. Situations that you were suspicious about all of a sudden turn out exactly how the cards were placing it to be. And you're just like, I'm onto something here. I really like this. But it switches, it changes. It starts to give you a fate. It starts to give you things for you to come into agreement with.
Like a big part of cards, I mean, at least when I read and everyone that I knew reading growing up, that we were taught, is the cards give you an option of what could happen, but you have the ability to change it. Like if you didn't have the ability to change it, then the cards wouldn't tell you about it. Like if it was just set in stone and faith, right? Or fate, sorry. So I feel like she's even misunderstanding tarot here, because tarot's not a set in stone thing.
And it basically hexes you. And you accept it because you're so used to you being correct. You're so used to those messages being on point that now you're seeing these cards, you're seeing these messages that are coming out, and you're just like, oh, that's how it is. Like, I'm being cheated on, or that friend is doing this, or I'm correct about this situation. And now you're advising people based on what you're seeing and their lies. It creates dependence.
Crazy. It creates dependency. Yeah, some people can become dependent on tarot. I agree with that. It's not really lies. You could say the same thing about the church, right? With tarot, you're pretty much using your intuition. Your intuition, part of that is not, it's not lying. You're picking up on something in someone that you're reading, you know? No, girly pop, that's why you say things like, if you continue on this path, I know I use tarot. Yeah, it's supposed to be like more reflective. Yeah. This is not an endorsement of the OTO, but it's interesting that in Masonry you have to declare that you put your faith in God. In the OTO, you have to declare that you put your faith in yourself. What is OTO? And yeah, are you talking about like Freemasonry? The Freemasons? They're a little bit odd. Yeah, they're a little bit different. Yeah. I don't think discernment is in her bag. Yeah, I was saying you're supposed to use discernment. Yeah, clock that. She really makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, she makes me feel uncomfortable too. There's just something off about her. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to save this and play it for you guys because I don't know.
See, I got to a point where I was pulling cards for everything. So basically, I was like shutting down my inner wisdom, shutting down my discernment, ignoring and shutting down the Holy Spirit that was actually trying to give me the truth.
Okay, people can get addicted to tarot. It is a thing. I've seen it like multiple times in my life. Oh, Aleister Crowley. Yeah, well, Crowley still believed in God. Like Rosicrucian, it was still a Christian base. It was based, the Order of the Rosy Cross. And Crowley, it was still about God. He just wanted to explore the occult aspects of it, the hidden knowledge, the esoteric stuff, that was happening in these secret organizations. But it was still all based on Abrahamic faith, right? And that's where a lot of people maybe outside don't realize that. So it is very much still based around the Abrahamic faith, yeah. I don't think her... Oh, yeah, I read that. Okay, yeah, I'm caught up in chat. I just don't... how... Okay, if you're pulling cards for everything, you must be tapping into your intuition. So how are you saying that you're pulling cards and you're no longer using your intuition? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. You can get addicted to tarot, but to say that you had no intuition and no discernment and intuition is hand in hand with tarot. So were you just reading out of the book?
And I gave my power away to tarot cards and to entities and demons and dark.
They're really Christians are really obsessed with we give our power away, huh? I am not aware of any time that you give your power for anything with witchcraft. Usually you're taking power. You're usually asking for power. You're taking power. You're doing an exchange of you give me some energy and power, I will go and feed the bunnies, or I'll plant a tree or two. I'm not aware of times where I had to give away my power. I don't really get it. When I pull cards for everything, my cards usually give me the message of leave me alone, let it happen. Oh yeah, I don't, even when I was doing cards all the time, I would never pull cards for myself because I'm I can't properly use my intuition on myself because I'm going to be biased towards what I want or what I fear is happening. So I'm never going to have a good read on the cards. And that's why I would never do a reading on myself, you know? Tarot addiction equals no faith in self. Yeah. I mean, you can get addicted to tarot in the same way. I mean, you can get addicted to Christianity too. We see some people that are like real whacked out. They're addicted to the rush that they get, right? I'm betting she was just going out of books and not talking to anyone. Yeah, like I feel like she was just like reading the book to herself. Now, not all tarot users become addicted. No, but there is a chunk, and there's a chunk of clients. A lot of sitters will become addicted to tarot cards, past life regression, like mediumship. Like a lot of people get addicted to using a psychic when they don't need to use a psychic all the time. They don't need to sink all their money into this one person, right? So I can never actually do my own. It's always for others. Yeah, I could never do my own. Yeah.
Forces that were trying to confuse me and use me for their doings. I'm not saying that people that
I feel like too, they always say the same thing. Like they just have like a script that they're just copying each other. All these ex-witches
do tarot and people that read tarot are bad people, because I know I'm not. Usually people that read tarot are empaths and they want to help and they want to bring you clarity, and they just, love doing what they're doing and they feel good about it. It's not them being malicious or vindictive or anything like that. It's just confusion. And Christ delivered me from all of that. He showed me exactly what it was. I do want to add that tarot was actually a divine teaching that was perverted by the fallen angels. And I can...
What the hell is she talking about? What?
Do a whole deep dive on that and spill all the tea and how basically it all came to be. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment below.
No, she's wrong. Tarot started as a card game. It was just a card game. It got its more magical leanings. It was the men that were all involved, like Aleister Crowley and the original like secret organizations or secret orders and things like that. Then they tied this like Egyptian thing to it. It's invented by someone, but it was never like a borrowed power. I don't know what what is she talking about? She's just making shit up, honestly. So she said that in January. So did she do this? The darkest hexes. Dark hexes and meat consumption? Weird. Best spiritual protection. Origins of tarot. Oh, here it is here. Oh, she's got how it got into witchcraft too. I just don't really believe her. She's very like, maybe it's because she's a new creator. Sorry. I didn't mean to cough. She's very like stiff. She doesn't really move right. I will watch this at some point, but like, please, Google is free. Oh, you guys can't see this. Hold on. Look. Please, Google is free. Everything that she says in this is all going to be bullshit. Oh my God. There's so many people are just so confused about this. And then people making videos like this just further confuses people. Oh, Lord. No, tarot originated with Tarocacci, a very old Italian conner to take people's money. I don't know about that, but it did originate as a card game with the nobles. What are your sources? Because none of this is factual beyond words sounding similar. Yeah, this is all going to be BS. Actually, the best tarot video that you can watch, this is going to take a minute. This is going to take a hot minute to find. History of tarot. Is this the guy? Let's see if this is the guy.
The founding ideas of Freemasonry is that it goes all the way back to the ancient Temple of Solomon.
Oh my God. Pause. Calm down. Okay, this video here is 100%, this guy is 100% accurate. He is a professor. He like studies tarot. This is like the definitive history of tarot. This video here by Colin Lowe. I don't even think that he's done other videos since this. He's very, very good. And he's written books on this as well. He is like the whatever knowledge subject matter expert of tarot. So it's about an hour long. I've watched it multiple times, by the way, because I did want to do a video on sort of like tarot and information about tarot, history of tarot, etc. He even goes into like what the original cards look like, what they were based on, why there's wands, why there's like swords. Like he's got the entire history. This guy, like he does the entire, this is the most accurate I've ever seen like someone do. He's got accurate history of tarot. So I do recommend this guy. Very good. Very, very, very accurate. Read his books. He's fascinating. Yeah, like he does this. Like this is like his specialty as a professor. He just knows tarot. See, he's got some other tarot stuff here too. Tarot and the Fool. Right. I think he was talking about going through each card, but he hasn't visited this channel in like forever. But he has a book as well. And if you want to learn the most about tarot, just go read his stuff. Go just watch this 1 hour long video. Easy peasy. You know, History of Tarot by Colin Lowe. And that will give you an accurate history of tarot. All right. So whatever. I'll watch this BS later. Okay. Well, we met the goal. So, okay. The goal is that I would tell you guys a, oh, I was like, okay, Daddy Baffy, the guy from Salem. All I saw on my phone was Daddy, and it said Instagram, and I was like, "Who the fuck is messaging me?" I'm like, "Oh no, wait, it's the guy from Salem." Okay, he was just reacting to my story. That's so funny. All right, so the goal was that I could tell you guys a dating story because I started dating again, and it's fucking stupid. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Whatever. I'll message you about that later, Joan. So, I subscribed to you after watching your Paranormal Files video. I can't stay for live. Just want to say enjoy your videos. Yeah, no worries, Jesse. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the channel and everything too. So we'll see. I'll just take a picture of this and figure out what's going on. All right. Sorry, hold on. Hold on, they're messaging. Let me figure out what's happening. Then I'll send it to the thing. Stupidness. Sorry, give me a second. He's in my DMs too, yeah. He's fun. He seems fun. All right. Seen before, very accurate. I read his books. The fuck. It begins. So it begins. Okay, hold on. Keep sending. I don't know if you guys already know this, but whatever. I'll send this to you guys. I haven't caught up on chat. I will send it to you guys here in the private message thing. Freaking ridiculousness. I swear to God. It's like we're in fucking high school. I'm so over it. All right, we're basically cousins now. Oh yeah, because you're both from like New Jersey or whatever, right? So do you guys want to hear a dating story? Wait, okay, I have a really good one. I mean, Joe knows it, but I don't know if it's part of it probably isn't appropriate for YouTube, so we'll just find ways to like skirt around the story. Here, well, let's just go onto camera. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's have the normal background on again. Okay. Because we met the goal for the live chat. And so I said that we would do a dating story. Okay, so if you guys want to hear, like, this is the weirdest one that I'm sure I've had weirder ones. Yeah, I'm sure I've had other weird ones in my life. So with this one, so I connected with a guy on one of the apps, and pretty much we had like everything in common. But like from like when I was young, he was super into vampires, Anne Rice. He'd gone to the Anne Rice vampire balls and stuff. Like we had all these different things in common, everything that we all love. And I just dropped liquid everywhere, of course. Everything that we like loved our whole lives, like we had in common with each other. And it was just like crazy. So weird that, you know, you meet someone like that. I'm like, shit, man, I've never met anyone that's like been like this compatible as an everyday person. So we meet up, well, we talk on the phone and stuff, and we talk like all day one day, and it was really good. And then we end up like meeting up, and everything was going great. There's like stuff that you've been looking for in a partner. He's like, yeah, I want someone who, you know, raises money for like animal charities and this and that. And I used to do that like all the time. I do that all the time. So I was like, yeah, I mean, that's what I've always done. I've worked for multiple animal charities. I've also worked for a bunch of animal charities that were raising like service dogs. And so I would volunteer for them and help out with the dogs and the websites and the social media and training the dogs. And I didn't have like the certification for it, but I helped with some of the basic training stuff that I could do, right? Crap, some of this fell on some of my lidocaine patches. No, I don't like those being ruined. Okay, and then the crazy thing about this guy is that, sorry, I just put those out to dry. So the crazy thing about this guy is that we lived like the same life. It's fucking weird. So he's from like my same city. We're only like a year apart from each other. He ended up going to college and took the exact same program I did. And there's a postgraduate part that you don't have to take in my college, but it was cyberspace security. It's like a 1-year post-grad university certificate or something. It costs as much as university. It was freaking expensive. I ended up taking that too, and he took it too. And I was like, that's crazy. So then the thing is that I was teaching at that college, and when I left teaching was like, it was like the next semester is when he started school there. Like I left, I like ended my semester, and then the next semester he started. So like we just missed each other, right? So it's kind of crazy. And then what's funny is when I graduated from college, I got a job at a very specific like data center. And then when he graduated, he got a job there too. But when he graduated and everything, it was like, I think we figured out it was like a few months, like right after I left. Like we just missed each other as well, working for the same company at the same data center. And so we're just like, that's so crazy. Like, we're just like, okay, seems like kismet and stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy. The universe like put us finally in touch with each other. We've had so many misconnections that we didn't know about, you know? So, and everything was great. And, yeah, it's just like, and his story was very interesting. We got along really well. And pretty much it was like, okay, well, we're going to do this. Like, this is crazy, but like, we're going to just go all in, right? Like, it's like, I don't know, just like caught up in the moment. And then we end up like getting onto the, you know, intimate parts of a relationship. There's one position that he has to have in the bedroom, and it's like one thing I don't do. And then he just like was like, okay, well, we can't date then. He's like, it'll be a constant problem and it'll end up with us breaking up. And I'm just like, it was just so crazy, because I'm just like, he was going on and on about how he's been looking for like this perfect girl his whole life, and I meet like all of his requirements, but he can't go forward with it because of this one position in bed. And it was just like, it was just so wild. Like, he even turned to me, he's like, oh my God, he's like, I can't believe you're like 99% what I'm looking for. And I'm like, well, clearly the other stuff doesn't really matter to you if one position in bed is your, like, you know, your kicker here. So it was just like so dumb. And then he ended up like, he like kissed me on the cheek and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't be the man you want me to be. I'm like, actually, no, like I can't be the woman you want me to be. I don't know, whatever. But it's just like such a weird, it's just such a weird night because like everything was going like really fast and everything. And I understand like fast isn't good, but we had just so much in common and there was like so much, we had so many misconnections and stuff. And it just like seemed like, wow, okay, we're supposed to meet finally, you know? Because even if we met back then, like I wasn't single and he wasn't single too. So like, you know, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. So now that we're both single and then the universe puts us in touch. So we really thought this was like, you know, but yeah, so he walked away for that. So fucking dumb. And when I date, I don't give people I'm dating, I don't tell them my YouTube name, by the way. I don't let them know what my channel is so they can't watch these videos. I mean, they might be able to figure it out, but anyways, it was the dumbest thing. I don't know. It was like the dumbest thing I've ever experienced. I just like, really? Like, okay, you're just going to walk away over like one position. I ended up texting my neighbor and telling her what happened. And her response was like, this is the funniest shit I've heard ever. I'm just like, okay. And then I told like the group chat, yeah, I think someone in the group chat was saying what you just said, Natasha. The universe saved you from having to deal with that fool. Yeah. I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was Joan or Kristen, but they were like, the universe let you meet him so that you could understand why they didn't let you meet him those other 2 times. I'm like, okay. I was just like so dumb. So yeah. So that one happened recently. I mean, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'll do dating and then I just get like so tired of how stupid it is and I'll take a break for a long time and then I'll get back into it. So I haven't been dating for like 3 years or something. I like took a really long break. So I'm just like, I can't deal with this nonsense. I come back to dating and now I'm like in a different age bracket or something. It's only been like 3 years, but like, I guess I'm in like a different age bracket and it's showing me like, oh my God, the men, like I normally date older, right? And so all the men are like, they look like they've been in a tanning bed their whole life. They're smoking like 20 packs a day and drinking like a bottle of Jack every day. And when I talk to them, they're all like bitter, divorced men. I'm just like, I can't deal with this. So it's like, it's been hard to even like sort through ones that are even worth my time. So, it's been a little bit nutty this time. And also, yeah, I mean, sometimes I show my friends some of these profiles. I'm just like, what are they thinking? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. So online dating sucks. I guess that's the moral of the story, but whatever. I'll keep trying to date because I don't like going to the club. I don't like meeting people and doing like a one night stand thing either. Cause it's kind of, you're not really going to do anything with that. So, but yeah, so that's my one dating story. I have like, I don't know, I have a bunch, I guess. One guy today too, actually, I was just messaging with him. We like just started messaging. He sent me a message like early in the morning. I couldn't sleep. So I like, whatever, I responded to him. And then he sent me another message back and I'm like, okay, I responded back to him. I'm like, I'm going to go like get some more sleep. I just like lay down and sleep some more. I get up, I'm like, I look at the messages and stuff. He has sent like 20 messages. He's like, where are you? I'm worried about you. Where are you? Why aren't you answering? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we just met each other in a chat today. Like, we haven't even talked on the phone. We haven't met. Like, what is going on? So I'm like, okay, I blocked him. Dating's not easy, online or in real life. It really isn't. I know it's a freaking minefield. I mean, I've met some like very interesting guys of substance, like way more than before. But I've had a lot more crap that I've had to weed through, right? And like, I'm supposed to go on a date on Sunday, and okay, so he's one of these people that answers in 2 words, like 2 or 3 words, you know, like, okay, we're talking here. He's like, thanks. Sounds cool. He's like, okay, Sunday. And they agreed. Then today he said, hi. I said, hey, back. And he said, hey, back to me. I want to cancel this date. I don't like being the one that's carrying the date. It's so tiring. I think I'm going to cancel this date. This guy seems really boring. Oh yeah, and then I got a crypto scammer, so that was fun. But I kind of caught on to what he was doing, so I was kind of playing into it. Yeah, I don't know. I've met some like interesting guys, but then it's like, okay, well, let's like meet up or something. And then they just like go quiet. There's a lot of people that are like avoiding meeting up. And I think that a lot of people do this stuff. I don't even know why they do it, to be honest. Online dating is stupid. Jeez. Hold on. I'll send this to you guys too. Oh, he's sending more. Never mind. I'll just wait for him to finish. Okay. So anyways, that is my dating story. I found my husband because I wasn't looking. Yeah. It's a little bit tough because I live in a city that, it's called like a bedroom city. So pretty much people sleep here and then they drive into like downtown Toronto and like work in Toronto. So everything in the city closes at like 8, 9 o'clock. Like nothing's open late. Everything closes super early. And then you have the bars on the weekend, but it's a bar. I don't like meeting guys that like, they're like clubs. You know, there's like a country bar and then there's a bunch of clubs. I'm just like, I'm not like a club bar kind of person. I don't like going out and doing that because people aren't like looking for relationships. They're just looking, you know, for one nights. So it's just like kind of hard to meet people around here. I don't know. It's just like, it is a lot of work to even go out and meet all these people too. I like, and then I gotta get like pretty, I gotta put on makeup, I gotta whatever, wash my hair and deal with all that. And it's like, that seems like a lot of work. I don't know, I want to do this. And yeah, I think I'm going to cancel that date. I don't want to be mean to him, but like, I really don't want to go on this date. He seems incredibly boring. Oh my freaking God. We haven't been talking about him. What the fuck? Dude, some people just need to go to therapy. I started therapy again. I recommend therapy. 10 out of 10. Everyone needs to attend therapy. I have, wait, Joan, are you actually going live? I'm confused. I think you're making a joke. Okay. If you are going live, let me know and I'll send people to you. I met him in a local history Discord. Your town sounds frustrating dating. Oh yeah, this town sucks. It's like, I'm okay to move. I would move, but I have really good doctors here and my mom is in long-term care. So it's like, kind of like, if I move anywhere, I just feel like I have to make sure that I have a car to be able to come back and forth. Don't bother, not worth it. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I explain to Joan, I'm like, this is the next guy I'm looking at dating. And Joan will be like, no. Or I send like these profiles and I'm like, it's bad. And she'll just answer, no. It's all angry divorced fathers. Yeah. It's all angry divorced fathers because normally I date older. So I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I have to kind of date like my age or a bit younger or something to avoid the angry divorced guys. Because it's like, I don't want to deal with this nonsense. All right, let's do, I know we have a little bit more with the witches of Witchville. Okay, let's figure out, okay, what do I want to do? The sage one is meh. Demons love to hide behind beauty. Oh yeah, this one was kind of dumb. All right, let's watch this one. And I don't know, let's watch this one and then maybe we'll wrap it up. We could maybe watch another depending on how long this one is. You have to carry the conversation all night. Yeah, it's very tiring. I don't know, man. I just don't know what to say to him. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean and be like, you're boring. I don't want to go on a date with you. Dumb. I don't know what to say to him. I feel like though I should just tell him because like, he's just going to ask to like, if I just like do a fake something, he's just gonna be like, well, can we reschedule? I don't know what to say. I feel like I should say to him like, hey, should I just say I'm not feeling it? I could say I'm not feeling it, right? I mean, that kind of like gets the point across. I could say I met someone, which I have been talking to someone that actually seems very more of substance. And he's a writer. and he's very wordy, and I love the wordy. I like wordiness. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll send it to Joan. I'll wait till I go out on a date with him, and then I'll send you all the details, Joan, and then you can tell me no or yes, or you can give me the whatever, the look. All right, let's watch this last one, and then we'll kind of carry on from there. We'll figure it out from there.
Demonic, because demons love to hide behind beauty. They love to hide in sex workers and women who are gorgeous. I mean, even Wyatt talks about this all the time, how alluring.
Right. So, like, I had a problem with this video because I think it's fucked up to treat sex workers in this way, essentially saying that they're all demons. Like, I think it's very demeaning, and like sex work needs to be recognized like an actual job so these women stop getting hurt, you know? So this video bothered me because of that. You have to be honest, or else it won't sit right with you. I'm like a people pleaser. It's very hard for me to be honest with strangers. Yeah.
And how like demons want to just like pull you in, like they're so attractive. And so many sex workers are completely riddled with demons. I was completely riddled with demons. I remember my first
like does she not see the damage that this does to other people in the industry? I just don't really, I don't know. I don't agree with this. This is fucked up. Because it's pretty much saying that all the other sex workers out there are demons. That they have demons in them. All right, Sage Rat, yeah, have a good one. Just say I think not. Yeah.
deliverance. I think there was 50 demon spirits that I got delivered from.
It just seems like a mental health issue. I don't, either like she's full on lying or like she should probably be in therapy.
50 riddled with all these sex spirits. I mean, it goes so deep. It goes so deep. So I would put all this makeup on, and you have to think like these demonic spirits, they need two things. And this is where I kind of started studying the spiritual realm and understanding the spirit, understanding how spirits operate and whatnot. I started understanding that they need a sacrifice and they need an offering. The sacrifice is me.
Your body.
The offering is money, drugs, alcohol, right? When I used to build altars, which I'm going to get into in a second, I used to put...
I don't know. Do you guys think that she's lying? Like, I feel like she's lying, but maybe she's like such a big addict that like this is her way of processing everything she's done in her past. And she's just like delusional. This seems delusional to me. This is insane. This is insane, Doc. What the fuck?
all of these things at altars for other gods. So when you're in that industry, you are literally just spirit feeding. You're constantly just feeding these spirits and they want to kill you.
Whoa.
They again.
Yeah, like someone just recorded this. I don't know what it's from. Oh, here it is. It's We Need to Talk TV. Anyway, that one was fucked up. I was like, what the hell is this nonsense? How long is this one?
One of the darkest.
Can I like see how long this is?
Coming out of witchcraft. One of the darkest forms of witchcraft that I could say.
I hate the stupid player. Okay, this guy seemed all right. This person seems to misunderstand what Sage is. Which, well, this guy's kind of a long story. Maybe, okay, let's end on the Sage because we can talk about this a little bit more and fix the misunderstanding about Sage. Let's watch this one.
Talk about just everything. I was burning sage and I was...
Oh yeah, I forgot. The music is louder than her voice. I don't know why people do this. Freaking annoying. Yeah, what's the last one on? Exactly. I don't know. Like, that one's, like, so whacked out. I'm just like, what the hell? And, like, people are releasing content like this. Like, no wonder people get, like, vilified for being sex workers or, like, whatever. I mean, like, oh, they're demons. It's like, you're just hurting other people by doing that, by saying this crap on some stupid podcast.
And I immediately tell them, do you even know, like, the origin behind sage, how it works? Do you know what you're really doing when you burn that sage?
For the love of God, fix your audio on these stupid TikToks. Stupid, like, stop putting music so freaking loud.
Tell us a little bit, because baby, I don't always know the origin. Okay, so come
So a
give
lot
it
of
to
people
me.
think when you burn sage, you clearing the energy of all the spirits and stuff like that, but actually, that's not how it works. When you the history behind burning sage, the Indians used it to actually invoke spirits.
So, like, sage is sage is used more to cleanse the area. Like, you would cleanse the area, like if you're going to invoke spirits or you're going to do whatever, a ritual or whatever, you kind of use sage to, like, cleanse the area, prepare it. You can use sage after. Sage also isn't really, I mean, technically, if you're going to get the spiritual side of it, like, sage isn't really a fix-all, right? It's supposed to calm an area. It's supposed to cleanse an area, and it actually does. Sage smoke will disinfect the air. So, like, every morning I burn sage smoke around my apartment or whatever, just to kind of disinfect the air. It cleanses the air. Like, it's good, as good as like an air purifier kind of deal, right? Other than it obviously can't pick up particulates, but it gets, like, it cleanses the air. It's got antibacterial, like, properties in it, right? So a lot of times they were using it to cleanse an area, like, it technically, literally, actually is a cleanser. But a lot of different beliefs, there are different beliefs that sage more puts things to sleep or calms things down. And you have to actually burn Salapanto. Oh my God, I'm saying it wrong. What the frick is it called? Hold on. I think I have it somewhere in a box. Or I have it, no, I have it up here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. It's over here. There. The word is escaping me. I can't even say what I'm thinking of. Smoke, cleansing, sallow. It's not right. What's the name of the wood I'm trying to think of? Palo Santo. I'm saying it like backwards. I don't know why I'm being dyslexic right now. Palo Santo. Okay, so I have this one. Just says like cleansing on it. And it smells really nice, actually. It's really pretty. But yeah, like this was always, like this is more for actually cleansing, like fully cleansing and removing all negative energies. Yeah, you set your mindful intentions, all that. So you kind of want to do like both. You do sage to kind of like prep and cleanse, and you do this wood to do an actual big cleanse, right? And there's other different woods and sages that you can burn for different reasons. Like, it's not just sage as one thing. There's like different kinds of sage, there's different kinds of wood, and you burn them in different, oh, you can also do sweetgrass. That's another one that'll do like protection as well. So, gotta run. It's been a slice. Have a great weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend. I used to know an Apache man that worked with my dad. He would sage his truck before he left home in the morning. He joked that it calmed his road rage. It kept bundles in his glove box. Yeah, I have sage all around. I actually ordered this like sage incense, and it's like handmade, and they make it out of like droppings from sage plants after they process them to like sell these things, right? And the incense is really good. It's really high quality, and I usually burn that, but I'm out of it, so I just pulled out my sage bundles and I just use that now. But it's like sage isn't primarily or even really technically used to invoke stuff. It is kind of used as a cleansing, calming, quiet, time. So like this woman is just like completely misunderstanding. So here, let's see, spiritual beliefs around sage. Yeah, purification, healing, clearing negative energies. Yeah. Yeah, sacred for plants. Yeah, there are different plants. Sweetgrass is a big one. Tobacco is also an offering as well. You want to leave tobacco. Cedar is good too, and cedar keeps mice out of your like clothing and everything. And actually, if you put cedar in like all your drawers and stuff, it keeps your clothes like it keeps like the musty smell out. If you have stuff that you're kind of storing, it keeps the mice out, and it keeps like moths away, I believe, too. Like that's saying all these things had like an actual purpose that was helping as well. So, but it's not really to invoke, not really. It's more about purification. Yeah, and purifying yourself, purifying your area, and smudging. That's part of the smudging, right? So I just find like, we have this person who's saying this, former witch. So she's on some Christian podcast. She's essentially saying like incorrect information about witches. And this sort of like my issue too, right? Is like, I think these people just want to make money or get attention or something. I don't know what it is. Or they're doing it for the church, and they're just like spreading so much misinformation. It's just so friggin' stupid. I don't know. It's frustrating listening to these people sometimes, because I'm like, they're not going to listen. Like, they're going to listen to this podcast. Like, Christians are going to listen to these podcasts or these people that are saying they're ex-witches, and they're not going to listen to the witches that are current witches who are telling the problems with these like TikToks, and again, we get into dumbing down society.
You are clearing energies, but you're also invoking the dead to come in and protect you. Like I was telling
I feel like she's confusing something like voodoo. Voodoo invokes your ancestors to help protect you when you're practicing, but like witchcraft, you don't really invoke something to protect you. You can evoke spirits to like help you, but I don't know. I just feel like not really spirits. Like I sort of invoke the elements, People often fully accept the second explanation of something they hear. Like, actually, sage isn't this one esoteric thing, cleansing. It's this other esoteric thing. Yeah. I'm so interested in where they get their info, who's spreading this, and why they're believing it. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I feel like some of this is just church propaganda. These are just people that never were ex-witches. They're making these like TikToks or clips or whatever, and it benefits the church, because whatever. People, they think they're doing the like fighting witches in God's name. It doesn't even matter if they're making money. They just want to fight witches because they think that we're like whatever, doing deals with Satan and stuff. And then there's like the other aspect of people that I think are just making money, grifting, like that one girl who's like, I'm Christian, but I still read auras and I just take things out of people and still do Reiki or like whatever. It's like, okay, so she's just selling a Christian version of what she was selling before, It's like either a money grab or just, the church wanting to spread a lot of misinformation. So, yeah, it somehow feeds into ego. Oh, yeah, these people love the attention. That's the other thing, too.
one client, when you burn that sage, true enough, you might be clearing your energy, your home, and stuff like that, but you're also inviting spirits in, and you don't know who you are.
You're really not, though, because it's like sage... It cleanses the area, and if there's any the beliefs are too, if there's any spirits and stuff around, they'll either be put to sleep to calm, or you can shoo them out the door kind of by doing a sage a certain way, right? So sage isn't about opening things up to invoke them. It's about like shutting things down and starting new. So this is where I don't know, all of our information is just incorrect here.
Invoking. You don't know who stayed at that house or that apartment before you. You don't know who is attached to you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know.
Okay, this is dumb. And then, okay, if you're saging your apartment that you just moved into, you're somehow inviting the ex-tenants to...
Who sent what spirit to follow you, or whatever the case may be, but when you burn that sage, you woke it up. You woke it up, and you thought you were clearing your energy, but no, you woke it up, and then they tell you, open the door.
Literally every spiritual belief around sage does not wake up spirits. It will put them to sleep or shoo them out. Like it's one or the other. It's not caffeine. It's sleeping pills.
Where is it? Open the windows when you're burning it, because you're gonna free it. No, you're bringing it in. You're bringing the spirits in.
No, see, that's dumb. See, all of our information is incorrect. So this is just like another example of ones that are just completely BS, What the fuck is this? I don't know what he's talking about. What is this? Of course. Insanity. I'm not going to engage with their stupid ass. Okay. All right. Stupid stuff is happening. Okay. I've been back in the live for a minute and my head already hurts. Yeah, I know. This woman is just like, ugh. Okay. I'm going to end the live though, just because I'm going a while. I need to like eat something. I'm just like tired, but, I'm going to get this other video done. So the part 2 for the Gaia thing, I'm hoping Sunday will be the release. If not, then like Monday. And then I have the psychic video I'm working on. I was hoping to have it like kind of edited and sort of done for next week, but like it might be delayed more. I have a bunch of script that I have to write. So there's a lot involved in this one. And I get into, we're covering a certain psychic, but we're going to be discussing like addiction to social media, to TikTok, to live streaming, to tarot, to mediumship, like all that stuff. And I did like an interview with Luna. So I'll have like a little section with her as well. We're going to feature there. So we're kind of like, I'm telling you like the story of the psychic, but really it's like, in her story, we kind of see the damage that these psychics can do, and these people that like truly believe, like she's ruined her whole family. Her whole family is like, I'm talking to like her kids. It's insane. It's insane. So what a mess, but hopefully it can get all that done really soon. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out to live. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the super chats as well. And yeah, so it was good talking to you guys, and hang in there. And we'll have a good rest of our week and we'll take it from there. All right. All right, guys, you have a good night. I appreciate you guys. All right, bye.